It's Three Stooges in the Fast Lane with your host, Curly G, the grandson of Curly Howard, and Andy P, just some guy we found sleeping in the offices, with special guest Kurt Lamond, only on Three Stooges Plus.
Hiya folks, welcome to the Three Stooges in the Fast Lane, where we deep dive into your favorite Stooge shorts, meet some fascinating guests, answer your Stooge questions, and then play a Three Stooges classic for you. I am your lone host, Andy P, and... Hey buddy!
Yeah?
Can you keep it down? I'm in the middle of a show.
We are? Oh! I'm wearing my favorite duds! Oh, this is a tight suit. I got my dancing clothes on. Sorry, sir. Just give me a second. Where's the camera?
It's right there. So beat it, will ya? I'm trying to host.
Well, you don't need to try so hard. That's why I'm here. I can help you be a co-host.
But I don't need a co-host.
Even if I was the grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges?
I mean, if you were really the grandson of Curly Howard, I'd consider it, but I don't know if I believe that.
Oh, yeah? Well, take a look at this.
Yeah. All right, I see the resemblance, but I'm still not convinced.
Oh, yeah? Sweetly. Ooh, let it fly upon the wall.
How do I stop you?
Oh, thank you, fella. Boy.
Oh, that's okay. That was kind of fun.
No!
Lots of fun. Now, quite frankly, even if I did need a co-host, I don't think you're right.
But I bet you can make me host material.
You can't just make somebody a host. Well, they got to be born that way. I didn't learn to be a host. I was born a natural.
I was born a baby.
Oh! Now, just more proof that you're hopeless.
But I have it in my blood.
What, sepsis?
Show business, just like my great Uncle Bo, just like my great Uncle Ship, just like my grandfather Curly.
Well, they certainly had something, that's for sure.
But I bet you can train me to be even a better host than you.
Oh, better than me!
Oh!
Not better than me.
Well, maybe almost as good. Come on, fella, be a regular guy. If I win the bet, then you get the pleasure of having Curly's grandson as a co-host. One that you can beat on. The fans are gonna love it. And if you lose, well, you can beat on me anyways. I like it.
Huh. Well, I mean, it is fitting doing a bet considering today's movie.
What is today's movie?
Today we're going to be discussing one of the most beloved of all Stooge comedies, Hoi Polloi.
Hoi Polloi? Let me host it.
Hello, folks. I'm Brad Curly G. Server, and you're about to watch Hoi Polloi, a 1935 short subject directed by Del Lord, starring American slapstick comedy team, the Three Stooges, Mo Howard, Larry Fine, and Curly Howard. It is the 10th entry in the series released by Columbia Pictures, starring the comedians who released 190 shorts for the studio between 1934 and 1959.
How'd I do?
I gotta say, Curly G, I'm pretty impressed. You know, it's not bad for your first try, but look at you. You're a mess. You're stuck in your top.
Ow, it hurts.
You need a little more red in your cheeks.
What?
Hold on.
I do? Ow! Ow!
Yeah, now you gotta be a little more friendly and casual like this.
Oh.
In an adaptation of the 1913 play Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw, two high society professors make a bet to see if the three common men can be trained to become gentlemen. Naturally, the Three Stooges, who are garbage men, are discovered, and they're made the subject of the bet.
Oh boy, really? What happens next? Oh!
They stooge it up in typical Stooge fashion. You know what happens next. Now, one thing you're gonna have to learn, if you want to be a good host, it is to not
Eat the host lunch?
No, you idiot! It's a not interrupt.
Oh!
Don't eat my lunch.
Oh, I'll make a note of it. How do you spell don't? With an E or an I?
2 eyes.
2 eyes?
Yeah, these two.
Oh!
Now look what you're doing, you idiot! Instead of me teaching you how to be a host, you're teaching me how to ruin a show! We're gonna be late for the next segment!
The next segment?
Yeah, the interview segment!
You're gonna interview little me?
You idiot, not you! Every week we have a special guest that we talk Stooges with. And this guest this week is really great!
And that segment starts now?
I think so. What time is it?
I don't know.
Well, what does your watch say?
My watch don't say nothing. You gotta look at it. Oh!
Come on, let's go. Okay, now, if you're gonna meet our guests as a co-host, then you gotta look presentable. Let's start with a shave.
Shave? Good idea. I feel a little rough.
Settle down, Airedale. Let's get you some shaving cream.
Shaving cream? Wait a second. If you're going to shave me, you got to do it in real Stooge style.
Stooge style?
Yeah, no one gave a good shave like the Stooges did. Watch.
Watch what? Nothing's happening.
Cut to the clips.
Don't worry, buddy. We can do without mashed potatoes.
You're new in the neighborhood, aren't you? Once over lightly, yes, sir.
No. Hey, where's Larry? Owner's girlfriend. Wonder what she looks like. So do I. For that matter, I wonder what your girl looks like. You never told me. Well, that makes us even. You never told me what your girl looks like. Probably a goon. Yeah.
Hot towel? No? Okay. Tell me, is it as warm in the summer as it is in the country, or vice versa? No. Well, who cares?
Hike! Hike! I said stand still. Mo! I'm blind! You point my eye out! Get a towel, Mo! Okay. Get a towel! Where's your razoo? Oh.
You look very familiar. Enough, yes, sir.
Oh. How do you like that? Make like this.
Are you married or happy? Hold still. Hey, mister, make like this. Thank you. Ooh. Say, did you have a pink tie on? No? Well, here's your lip.
Towel! Towel! Low man again.
Wait a minute! Open your mouth and say ah.
Ah!
Oh, all right. I could do that. We'll start with some shaving cream. Let's get it all Stooge style. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
I can't see.
You're better off.
No!
Now we need a hot towel.
My lip!
No, keep it on. Put it on. That's a nice clean skin.
That felt great! Time for the interview?
All right, let's get some makeup on you. We'll start with some powder. Oh, yeah. Clean up that red. The phone. Jeepers, the boss!
The boss!
Oh, yeah, that's him. The big cheese, the head honcho, the Grand Stooge. We were supposed to have started the interview already.
Maybe it'll stop.
Stopped. Yeah! I think I better answer it. Hello?
Hello.
What do you mean, hello, you lame brain? What's going on over there? How come you haven't started the interview segment yet?
Oh, well, I was kind of teasing with the idea of getting a co-host.
Co-host? I'm not paying for no co-host. I'm not even paying you.
Well, he doesn't want any money. He said he was going to do it for free.
That's still too expensive.
Well, but he's the grandson of Curly of the Three Stooges.
Yeah? Well, I've always been more of a chef fan.
Oh, you know, he said he'd clean the place for us for free.
Sold! Fire the janitor. He's got the job.
Yes, sir. Well, you heard the boss. You got the job.
I got the job!
Yeah, we got to go to the interview.
To the interview!
To the interview!
To the interview! To a commercial break!
you. Oh!
Hey, fellas.
Hey, hold on a second.
Hold on a second. Hey.
Not how interviews are supposed to go.
Wow.
All right, sorry about that, folks. All right, we are here with our very special interview portion of the show.
Wait. What do you mean? Who are we interviewing?
We got a special guest.
You're a special guest? Who are you? You're not related to the Three Stooges, are you?
Oh, but I am.
You are?
I am.
He is.
Curly G, that's not how you conduct an interview.
It's not?
Listen, we got a special guest. You gotta act normal. We're on TV.
Like that?
Exactly.
Hold on, this'll help.
Oh, I feel better. Okay, buddy. Stop flapping your lips.
Hope I don't act abnormal. I don't want one of those.
All right, so here we are. We are with our very special guest, Kurt Lamond, who is the great grandson of the one and only Larry Fine.
Just one great.
I'm not great at all, but I think you're a swell guy so far.
But that's a good thing.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Just can you lower it down a little bit?
Oh, sure.
I got a hearing impediment.
Word, let me get it out.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'll get it out.
It's
Here.
right about here.
There you go.
Oh, good as new. Go ahead.
That comes in handy.
So let's talk a little bit. So you're the great-grandson of Larry Fine. Yes. Did you ever get a chance to meet him? He lived a lot longer than Curly lived, unfortunately, for Curly.
I was not quite one when he passed away. It was 1975. I was like 9 months old. But yeah, I did meet him. I'd like to say I remember, but I don't think I do. I was a baby.
But you grew up with your father
Right.
and your aunts and uncles who knew Larry really well.
Yeah. They my dad had they all kind of lived in the same house when Larry got a little older after he stopped doing the traveling and the shows and the movies. So they really, as kids, lived with him. Like they grew up in the house with him, and they tell some great stories. My dad had great stories about seeing him just day to day. My aunt was the little girl of the family, so she got spoiled by him. He's the sweetest man in the world. Take her to the candy shop, take her to the movies, take care of his wife like that. Like, you want ice cream at 3 a.m., I'll go get it for you. So the spoiled grandkids kind of got to live with, we called him Pop Pop in the family. So anybody in the family calls him Pop Pop. So Pop Pop was just Pop Pop. He was just beautiful,
Every time I pick to watch one of the really well-known classics that everybody loves, it's just, let's watch this one again. And you think it's just as good as all the others, but it is on a different level. I mean, this thing is, it's hysterical. I found myself laughing all the way through it. From beginning to end. By the time I got to the end, and the Stooges don't have this a lot, where there's actually kind of an ending that works with the short, right?
Right.
That it wraps up into something. And this one did. This one has where, they make this bet whether these two, millionaires could make these guys gentlemen, and at the end, the Stooges have turned them into Stooges.
Yeah, which is
and
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Did you call? You see that?
Some cool trivia about Hoi Polloi is Moe's wife, Helen, she actually came up with the idea for this, and like the whole scheme of it and the structure of it. And the studio offered her, Moe brought it to the studio, they offered her either a screen credit or money, and she took the latter.
She took the latter?
Yeah.
She must have been up to something. Oh!
That looks like fun.
Oh, it is. You should try it.
It's a lot of fun.
I my own.
What? No! No. Okay, go ahead, fellas.
This is fun. This is my kind of interview. I'll leave this here, just in case.
Yeah, keep that there. After we watched it together, you were like, they really hit each other hard in this.
Leave him alone.
In this episode, especially, full. And I know what it's like. They're the kings.
He has taken a lot of hits himself.
This is gonna be fun.
In this episode, especially, they were not holding back at all.
Yeah.
Now, when they jump out the window, where they land is quite a spot. It's a famous landmark here in LA. It's at DeLongpre Park, and it's the Rudolph Valentino Memorial statue, that the fountain that they landed.
Speaking of that, I actually took a little trip.
My first stop is DeLongpre Park, named after French artist Paul DeLongpre, not far from where the Columbia Pictures main lot was, the home of the Three Stooges. Now the Stooges, mimicking their dance instructor, jump out the window and they land right in this very fountain, which is filled with water at the time. Now, the water's since been turned off, and now it's full of dirt and plants and trees. But the Stooges, they stood right in this very spot.
Hey, stop stepping on the plants, you idiot.
I'm sorry. I was just doing a little show.
Yeah, this is a public park, not Tarzan's jungle.
Oh. Now, a bit of trivia. You can see the back of this statue in the short's footage. Woo, 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 woo. But if you look at the front, you'll see that it is dedicated in honor of silent screen superstar Rudolph Valentino, who died tragically young. It was erected in 1930 by his friends and fans just 4 years after he passed away, and 5 years before the production of Hoi Polloi.
Hey, buddy, could you spare $225 for a cup of coffee?
What do you need $225 for a cup of coffee for?
Well, I gotta get a new suit first. You don't want me to look like a bum drinking it, do you?
Look, buddy, I'm in the middle of a show. I'm doing a show for the Three Stooges.
The Three Stooges? You work for the Three Stooges?
Yeah, I work for the Three Stooges.
Well, there you go. You're gonna need that more than me.
Now, just a short distance away, in the middle of maddening LA traffic, is Larchmont Village, where we first meet the Stooges as garbage men. We're just south of Hollywood, which you can tell by the famous Hollywood sign in the distance, which you can spot in the film footage. Now you can see that these light poles have completely changed, which to me is a shame because I like the look and the design of the ones from the 30s. See? Those are so much better.
I can explain the whole thing. Certainly. You stay out of this.
Now the view of the mountains are a bit more blocked because of all the trees that have grown since the 1930s, but they're still pretty recognizable, even through all the smog. And it was down here on a 100 block of Larchmont Boulevard between Beverly and First that the Stooges actually filmed.
What happened?
Now, most of the buildings on the street have changed, but some remain the same, including the Labonte building on the east side of the street. This could be seen in several shots of the shore and a publicity shot of Curly, printed in the book, The Three Stooges Hollywood Film Locations by Jim Pauly.
It'll disgrace us for life.
It was also on this street that this picture of Mo, Curly, and Shemp was taken looking over the script of Hoi Polloi when Shemp came to visit his brothers on set. Now, judging by this wide shot, it looks like it was right about here that we first meet the Stooges, throwing garbage on each other, and where they meet the professors that coerce them into being gentlemen. In a way, this is like Stooge hallowed ground.
You again?
What are you doing here? I'm still doing my Three Stooges show. Hey, I bet you didn't know that the Three Stooges shot right on this very spot. Hoi Polloi, one of the most famous shorts.
Oh, yeah? You bet I didn't know? I'm some kind of moron? Of course I know that this shit's out here. Hoi Polloi is one of the most famous shorts of all time.
Hey, what are you doing?
Stay out
Leave
of this
him
doll
alone.
face.
Ow!
Whoa.
That hurt.
You just hit her,
What
dude.
is wrong with you?
She's helping
You
us.
just hit me. Like, I just came here to help you guys do this.
It's like one thing to
and
hit
you're gonna
me, but
hit me?
That was in the
I
script.
mean-
Guys, we talked about
I'm gonna cut.
Thanksgiving, Larry had the big party. The big house, the big kitchen, and Larry's wife, Mabel, was, her and her sisters were Irish and they drank. Let me just caveat, I mean drank. So by noon, they're in the kitchen, they're preparing this feast. And Larry's in there helping, and kibitzing with the folk. And there's probably 30, 40 people overall, family, friends, or whatever. And the girls, though, like these women, they put out the best Thanksgiving dinner every year. It was perfect. Well, one year, so Larry and Mabel, they open the oven, and Larry's like, I think the turkey's ready. And she's like, no, it's not ready. And he's like, pop the buttons out. So, pretty good. So he's like, it's out. And she's like, no. So they start tug of warring. They both have the mittens on. They're pulling, and they pull too hard, and the turkey goes flying out of the pan. It slides through the swinging doors right to the foot of the table, and Larry pops out and he says, dinner's ready.
That's great. That's amazing.
That's great. And they picked it up and washed it off, I guess, and baked it for another few minutes, and they had dinner.
Yeah.
And it just disarmed everybody. Yeah. And that was his great talent, even in the episodes. Like when things were going haywire, he was the great disarmer, or like, let's bring it back down, enough hitting or enough of this, or all right, what are we doing here? Yeah. Pull this.
It's interesting now also rewatching some of these shorts, including the one we got to talk about, Hoi Polloi. Like, Larry gives it back to Mo sometimes. He steps up and tries to protect Curly. And, there's that one scene in Hoi Polloi here where, he turns around, he comes up and, where's your dignity? And Mo turns around and smacks him, and he turns around and he smacks Mo's back.
Right.
And then Mo smacks him, and he smacks Mo back, and Mo just kind of gives up, and he goes back to Curly, who won't smack him back, right?
Hey,
Hey, where's your dignity? Spread out. Where's your dignity? There it is.
Yeah.
One of a few things Larry had, like you mentioned it before, Andy, every once in a while, Larry has a bit of a mean streak.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not egregious, but just a little, like, he's kind of like, almost like...
Beat it, old man.
Yeah.
Beat it, Grandpa. We got no time for kibitzes.
What's the one where he is like a Marlon Brando type character?
Oh, Cuckoo on a Choo-Choo.
Yeah.
You porcupine?
What'd I say now? Shut up.
So he liked that. Like, he loved being the tough guy. He was a boxer when he was a kid, teenager. He was Kid Roth. He was 1-0, undefeated. So he actually he was actually a professional boxer.
1-0? He did one match?
Well, his dad said, "You're not fighting." He went to the match. As soon as it was over, dragged him out by the ear, and that was the end of it, literally.
But he looked great. I saw the stills.
Kid Roth.
He looked great.
So and in this one, when he's doing the in Hoi Polloi, when he's reading the book.
The book.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, see the cat. Does the mouse see the cat?"
Yeah, the dirty rat.
Yeah.
Yes, the dirty rat.
He's like, "Where did that come from? Like, why is he so mad?" He's looking at Mo. Mo, of course, hits him.
Yeah.
But it's like that mean streak stuff is funny. Like, it's so off brand, but it's in there. He's tough.
We have this scene in Hoi Polloi where the the spring gets attached to Curly.
Oh yeah.
And it is, I mean, it is.
It almost looks like when you watch like a green screen behind the scenes, like martial arts movie, or like where they fly through, like John Wick is flying over the table and doing stuff. It's like when he springs back up, it's nuts.
It's
like,
nuts.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
And then the two guys get connected,
Yes.
and I could see for the first time ever, because this is a real crisp copy.
Yeah.
So you can see the string, right? And even then, I'm still like, how are they doing this? It
But
still
it's
doesn't make
boom,
sense to
boom.
me.
Yep.
Yeah, him bouncing up, and then him and the other guy slamming together, and then eventually, like, he's dancing with the big woman.
And they slap
Oh my God.
each other back and forth. You can't do that
She
today.
clobbers him, and then Curly clobbers her back twice.
But then they look at each
I
other
was
and
like,
keep
what is
dancing.
going on here? Yeah, and then
So now that spring scene was used in a couple other shorts.
Yes.
Right? Curly did it again in The Three Little So-and-Sos.
Yeah.
And then An Ache in Every Steak.
Doesn't they want to take me out and shoot me, but pardon me. Certainly.
Shemp did it with Hugs and Mugs.
Mo! Larry! Give me a hand. I'm having clutch trouble. Come on.
And then Curly Joe did it with Have Rocket Will Travel. So what do you guys think of those other versions of it? And they're all, some of them are a little more direct ripoff, like the Curly Joe one feels more like exactly what they were doing in Hoi Polloi. But the other two Curly ones are actually all three of them, even with Shemp, they're definitely different variations.
They are, and obviously the one in Hoi Polloi is by far. I mean, obviously that was the first one, the first time they did it, and they mastered it. And as you rewatch and you see the other ones, it's still, the joke is still there and it's still funny, but I don't find it as captivating. And there's not as many people in the scene also, because that's part of the scene where they're finding it so funny that they want to be a Stooge. But I think it was, they had to use it. I mean, it's
so physical in Hoi Polloi. It's like he's like boom, 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 and then the third one he runs like he's way off balance and he goes spiking into the girl. In Hoi Polloi, when Larry loses his shoe and he's kicking it around, one of the women dancers trips and falls down, and she hits her head too. They say, I guess she was fine or whatever, but that's kind of a violent fall.
Well, I think we've definitely picked a classic.
Oh, it's a top 5 for me.
Yeah,
it really is.
I think
I don't know if I would have picked it as a top 5 before revisiting it. I think because I saw it so much as a kid, and revisiting it now again, it's really
There's so many classic scenes in this one short. That's what kind of makes you put it up in the top.
I think there's a reason that this is such an elevated short, and it's the reason we chose this as our first episode to show, which, by the way, we got to get to actually start showing. So thank you so much for the interview, Kurt.
Thank you for having me.
It was such a blast. We really appreciate it. And how do you think he did as a first interview?
Well, I think he's great. I think the fact that you can hit him when things go wrong is, that's not the solution to anything, but I think it's a nice bonus where you can sort him out if you need to sort him out.
Oh! No, come on, fellas. You can do this without hitting me. I just want to be the host.
I still have things I can hit him with. Oh, maybe it's not too late.
Well, that worked out well.
You think I did a good job with the interview?
Well, honestly, I expected somebody to end up in a hospital with you around, so you did better than I expected.
Now what?
Well, now we introduced the movie.
Oh, boy! Listen, folks, it's time to watch the movie. Hey, nothing's going on inside there.
Yeah, nothing's going on. You gotta do it better than that. You gotta reiterate the title, the year it came out, who's in it, and show some excitement.
Certainly. Oh!
That's trademarked.
I mean, certainly.
Just do the intro.
I got this. Without further ado, here's the comedy classic Hoi Polloi from 1935, starring Mo, Larry, and my grandpa Curly in one of the greatest Stooges comedies ever. Roll it!
You did good! You did it! Poisoned!
That environment is the keynote of social distinction.
Nonsense. Heredity is the backbone of social life.
I say environment.
Bah, heredity.
I'll wager you $10,000 that I can take a man from the lowest strata of life and with 3 months' time, with environment, make him a gentleman.
Well, of course there are exceptions.
But I'll make it 2 men.
Make it 3 and I'll accept your wager.
3 it is. And in 3 months from today, I'll collect from you. Come on, get to work.
Well, Professor, I'll call a taxi. Hey, what are you doing over there? Stop that!
The idea first. Do you realize you men are misordering us?
I'll call the police!
Now listen, mister, listen. I can explain the whole thing.
Certainly.
You stay out of this.
Oh,
And you too.
I didn't say nothing.
Well, that was in case you do.
Seek no further, Professor. Here are your 3 subjects.
Yeah, right out of the rubbish can. I forget what happened. If you men will promise to do something for me. Okay, we'll do it. What is it? Permit me to transform you men into gentlemen. Oh, no. Oh.
Police! Help! Police!
Oh, wait, hold on. You know, it'd break the old man's heart. But you got the drop on us.
It'll disgrace us for life. I won't be able to look my children in the face.
Okay, we'll do it. There's my car. Climb into it. Okay.
Wait a minute. I forgot my coat. What happened? You're all canned up.
Now you're all buttoned up. Gentlemen, are you ready for today's lesson in table etiquette?
Certainly. Sure.
Well, we'll, What are you eating?
Beans?
Hey, you dropped one.
My beans.
By the by, how is the Countess? I said, how is the Countess?
No. Get it right.
How can I get it right when he won't answer me?
I beg your pardon. How can I answer with my mouth full of food?
Quite right.
Say, you ain't got a toothpick on you, have you, bud?
Oh! Commence.
Oh, see the cat. Does the mouse see the cat? Yes, the dirty rat.
Oh.
Proceed.
Oh, see the deer. Has the deer a little doe?
Why, certainly. $2.
Boys, I don't want to lose my temper, but this has been going on for 2 months. Listen, I have $10,000 at stake. Now, please, concentrate. Can you spell cat?
Certainly.
Spell it.
Cat. K-I-T-T-Y. Pussy.
Oh.
Now, in order to become good dancers, you must follow me closely and do exactly as I do. Do you understand?
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, dip. 1, 2, 3, dip. Now, can you do it?
It ain't the dipping, it's the counting that's got me.
Oh, never mind that. I'll count for you. Come on now. 1, 2, 3, dip.
Oh.
Come on now. 1, 2, 3, dip.
Quit you. Leave him alone.
I'm quitting. Put up your hands.
You're quitting, eh?
There.
What's the matter?
What's
Leave him
going on?
alone. Get out of here.
I'm not dancing.
Hey, put your hand on your rear. Come.
Here's a dance that's most popular in society. You'll never go amiss doing this. Now, follow me closely and do exactly what I do. Ready?
Well, get started.
Gentlemen! Spread out! This is the day you're to make your debut in society. And it's up to you boys to prove that my experiment is correct. Professor Nichols is coming to the reception, and your behavior tonight will decide our wager. Please, do not fail me.
Don't worry, Prof. It's in the sack.
Certainly.
Now then, gentlemen, remember your etiquette.
Oh! What's that for? We didn't do nothing.
That's in case you do and I'm not around. no liquor, no fooling around, etc.
Are we allowed to smoke?
You don't see any signs around, do you?
Tonight I will prove to you that you have lost your wager.
We'll see.
Gentlemen, allow me to present Professor Nichols' two daughters.
Brother, can you spare a nickel?
Always the little clown. Now, Prof, I don't mean to miss a representation or cast malar jurisdiction upon you by using such high influential language, but,
He means it's okay.
ladies, I am charmed. What happened? Nothing. Come here. Would you care to dance?
With pleasure.
I changed my mind. I think we'll sit it out.
Oh, all right. Oh, your dancing is atrocious.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't dance a step last year. Oh! Don't go away. Wait a minute. Is there a traffic light around here?
What happened?
I know, it's that left pivot. Let's try it again.
Pardon me. Are you dancing?
Are you asking?
Yes, I'm asking.
And I'm dancing.
Get out. Thanks for the dance. And cut yourself a slice of throat.
Don't go.
I'm caught! Well, hold on. Spread out. Pick out two. 1, 2. Ah! Look, I found a big one. Now, where were we? Ah, a Mass Casino Cherry. Oh, drinky.
Thank you.
Hey. Are you drinking?
Why, certainly not.
Where's that bottle?
I don't know. Oh, there you are. Shall we dance? Why, certainly.
What happened here? Wait. So you didn't take the bottle, eh? Get on. What else did you take?
Nothing.
Come on.
Oh, what was that you were trying to tell me on the dance floor?
Well, I was thinking a guy like me, well, I was just wondering if we...
Yes? You must believe in the hypothesis of occult power.
Well, I guess so.
Put your hands on my forehead. The other one. When I gaze into your burning eyes, I know that you have studied the mystic powers of Brahma. Someday you will find the eternal spring.
Find it, lady, I got it.
What are you going to do with it?
Get rid of it.
Nice gentleman you brought into our house.
Looks like I'm going to lose my wager. Where's your dignity? Spread out. Where's your dignity? There it is. Well, here's your check, Professor Nichols. You certainly won the wager.
Well, that's very nice. Please forgive me, Mrs. Rich, for knowing you were these rowdies.
What do you mean, rowdies? Spread out. Spread out.
My dear fellows, this is our punishment for associating with the Hoi Polloi. Gentlemen, did you call? You see that?
Mail time!
And that's it, folks. Classic Stooges, one of the best endings they've ever had.
Oh, and thanks for joining us, folks, with your greatest host, Curly G and Andy.
What's with the wrap-up? We're not done yet.
We're not done yet?
No, we still got the fan mail segment where we answer the fans' questions.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. And after all the work I did.
Work? What work?
Hey, mail here. Come and get your mail. Who wants mail, fellas?
Mail? What? You're bringing mail?
That's right, Froghead. It's the answering fan mail segment, ain't it?
Yeah, but usually we answer the fan mail that's on the social media sites like our Facebook, our Instagram, our TikTok.
Oh, but that's all the work I did. I wrote all the questions and sent them in to us.
Why would you do such a moronic thing like that?
Razzle-dazzle.
Razzle-dazzle?
Showmanship. Do I have to teach you everything about being a good host?
8-man. I ain't got all day. Take your mail.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Good day, fellas.
Hey, buddy. You look awfully familiar to me. Are you related?
No, I don't look anything like him. Must be those things in your eyes.
What things?
My fingers.
Oh! Ow!
No!
That hurt.
Oh, what a special delivery.
Can we open the mail, please?
Sure. I'll go first. Hope it's a good one.
I didn't know you could read.
Curly G, do you have any family heirlooms from Curly?
Oh, good question.
Unfortunately, I do not. But most of the memorabilia that I did get over the years, these many years, I did get from either fans had sent me some heirlooms or some really rare stuff, or I got a lot of my stuff from Shop Knuckleheads. But there's one photo that I do have, and it's original. It belonged to my great uncle Mo, and it's a picture with my grandmother Elaine clowning with the boys. And this is an original. This is one of my favorites.
Wow. So this is her looking exhausted. Larry's on the ground. They're all clowning around.
It's as though they had moved into one of their apartments, and she was exhausted, probably doing most of the work. But this is a real gem.
And you don't really know much about it other than that.
I don't. I mean, I did know my grandmother Elaine. I believe I was 13 or 14 when she passed away. She was an amazing, amazing woman and a great grandmother. But not a great grandmother. She was my grandmother.
And it's her with the boys. And it looks like she's having a good time. Well, she's in on the gag
She's
here.
clowning. That's what we do. So, yeah. That was a good question.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful heirloom, Brad. Really nice.
Thank you.
Let's see what I got here. How did you get introduced to the Three Stooges? Oh, that's a good one. That was through my grandfather. And my grandfather absolutely adored the Three Stooges. He loved all the classic comedians, Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy, the Honeymooners, and of course, Mo, Larry, and Curly. And we bonded over the Stooges and watched them together. And I just remember laying on the basement floor and just hearing him laugh. It was probably some of the greatest moments of my life. And we would buy each other T-shirts, Three Stooges shirts, and we bonded over them. And I still have the Three Stooges coffee mug that he drank out of that I gave him as a gift that I got after he passed away. So it's funny, I always credit my grandfather and your grandfather actually brought us together, right?
Yeah.
And it's something beautiful that they did. And and I couldn't be more grateful for that time, and I couldn't be more grateful for how him introducing me to the Three Stooges has literally changed my life and has introduced me to you and Chris Dermick, who plays Mo, and all the experiences I've had going out on the road and playing Curly on the live show and collecting the Stooges and going to the film festivals and going to the conventions. And it's just given me so much enrichment in my life because of my grandfather and because of he introduced me to the boys.
No.
All right, let's see what's next.
Ow! This one's mine.
That was a real hammer.
Oh, this one's for Kurt at Shop Knuckleheads.
That's never getting to him.
Wow, Pop, you really did have a great head of hair. I wish I had that. Mail time. Perfect timing. Good catch. Let's see what we got today. Dear Kurt, what's your favorite short? Oh, that's a good question. My favorite short is actually two shorts. It's You Nasty Spy and I'll Never Heil Again. The reason I like both of them is it was the only episode that they ever did a sequel to. And if you watch as an adult, you will see some comedy in there written in that is way above what they were doing in that time and space.
Get a confession of a nasty spy and shoot her. Hey, how can you shoot her with dice? They're loaded.
It was slapstick, it was funny, but the political jokes were way, way funnier than what people give credit for. They were the first ones to really give it to Hitler and parody him. There's rumors that they were on Hitler's kill list because of it. But the whole 2 episodes are just, if you put them together, it's an hour of straight comedy. So check those 2 out.
It's my turn. Hey!
I got this one. All right, our final question. Let's see. It is. Oh, do you guys have any Stooges show and tell you could show us? Well,
I kind of just showed him what I had.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you got, Andy?
I do got to say, I have something I think is really fun. So, in the 60s, when Curly Joe was the 3rd Stooge, they did a bunch of records. And one of the records they did was a happy birthday record. And with the happy birthday record, they recorded it using a bunch of different names. So you could buy Happy Birthday Steve and Happy Birthday Tina and Happy Birthday Gail and Happy Birthday Randy, right? And this is one of the original promotional.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was it from?
This is from the 60s. They did have Happy Birthday Andy.
Well, of course they did.
And I have been looking for this record my entire life, and I have finally found it. So, I happened to bring a record player.
Yes.
Yeah. So we get to hear a little bit of it.
That's a phonograph.
You see the logo, the cartoons of the boys on there? Right?
That's terrific. Is it going to work? Is it really going to work,
they
folks?
sing me happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
It's pretty good.
Happy birthday, dear Andy. Happy birthday to you.
All right, folks, we'll see you in a moment for our final wrap-up. Well, I made it through with my new co-host, Curly G, who I think actually won that bet. Because he was right. I was able to turn him into a pretty good co-host. So good job, Curly G. Curly G? Where'd you go?
I'm too good to host with you. I'll find myself a new Three Stooges show to host.
Too good to host with me?
Yes, you're an amateur and a hack.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well, first, there ain't no other Three Stooges show. The Three Stooges in the Fast Lane is the only official show in town. So you'd have to be part of some other comedy team show.
But I'm not related to any other comedy team.
Well, not only that, if you were going to host, you would have been entitled to some pie.
Pie?
Yeah, but since you're not going to host...
I'll host.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't know if you have what it takes.
No, I got what it takes. I'm a host.
I don't know.
Give me the pie.
What'd you say?
I said give me the pie.
Well, he asked for it.
No!
Thanks for joining us here, folks, on Three Stooges in the Fast Lane. Join us next time. It's me, Andy P. and Curly G,
the youngest grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges.
Where we'll deep dive into another classic Stooge short, meet a guest, and bring you more Stooge fun. And don't forget to check us out on Three Stooges Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Not to mention Three Stooges Plus on YouTube. We're everywhere.
Success!
That's delicious.
It's lemon meringue.
Curly G, what are you doing with that soap you can't eat, Dad?
I thought I would sing some opera today in honor of today's Three Stooges movie, Micro-Phonies.
So?
So I thought I would eat some griddle soap.
But why?
So then it will be a soap opera.
Come on, we got a show to do. Soap opera.
I don't get it. That was a clean joke.
It's Three Stooges in the Fast Lane with your host, Andy P., who must have blackmailed somebody to get this job, and Curly G., the grandson of Curly Howard. with our special guest, Frank Gladstone. And special appearances by Kurt Lamond, the great-grandson of Larry Fine, and our pal, Chris Dominic. Only on Three Stooges Plus.
The voice of spring is in the air. Oh, it feels so good to sing tonight.
All right. Stop.
Oh, you stop me from singing?
You call that singing?
How dare you insult me when I come here to help you with your show?
What do you mean, come here and help me do my show? Curly G, this is our show, and it's your job to be here.
Curly G? I'm not Curly G. I'm Senorita Cucaracha III. My grandmother was the original Senorita Cucaracha, who Curly pretended to be in the short Micro-Phonies.
What are you talking about? What are you doing? Have you gone mad? Look at you dressed up, wasting time. This silly wig. Take this wig off.
Oh, my hair! Andy, what are you doing to our guest? Senorita Cucaracha III flew all the way from South America to sing on her show, and you treat her like this?
I thought she was you.
You thought she was me? You moron! How dare you treat me this way? I've never been this mistreated in my life! Boy, you really upset her.
I'm sorry. I thought she was you. She looks just like you.
I don't see it. I'll ask the cameraman. Hey, Rodney, does she look like me?
Nah. What do you think, Mike?
Nope. See?
Well, I'm just a victim of circumstances.
Hey, you can't use that to get out of trouble.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Well, now what are we going to do to open the show?
That's easy. We introduce ourselves. I'm Andy P.
And I'm Curly G, the youngest grandson of Curly Howard.
And welcome to the Three Stooges in a Fast Lane, where we deep dive into your favorite Three Stooges short, go on a Stooge location, interview a Stooge guest, answer some Stooge fan mail, and present a Three Stooges classic.
And today's classic is said to have been one of my great Uncle Mo's favorites, Micro-Phonies, released November 15th, 1945.
It was our 87th Columbia short, and it was written and directed by Ed Burns, who was a longtime Stooge sound man. Now, Burns made his directorial debut with the short they shot prior to this, A Bird in the Head. But prior to filming, Curly had suffered a series of minor strokes, and his health was failing, and he was sluggish and struggled to perform.
But Mo!
The decision was made to swap the release dates of these two pictures, as Curly had been much more himself in Micro-Phonies, which helped to secure Burns' director position. Now, this short also features the Stooge fan favorite, Christine McIntyre.
Christine McIntyre? Woo-boo-boo, what a dame!
Dame?
Oh, I mean, what a dish? I mean, what an actress!
That's better.
I'm sorry, Andy. She's just great. I've loved her ever since her Stooge debut in Idle Rumors. And then again in No Doughboys. And then again in Three Pests in a Mess. And all those Stooge Shemp shorts. Like when she thought Shemp was her cousin Basil. And all those solo Shemp shorts. And all those solo Joe Besser shorts. And all those solo Joe DeRita shorts. She's grand!
Yeah, but if you're such a big fan, did you know that she did the actual singing in Micro-Phonies?
Of course I did!
Oh. But that was uncalled for.
In fact, producer Hugh McCullum asked Burns to write a script featuring her singing. And it's possible the Voice of the Spring song was chosen because she had debuted it in a Soundies musical film.
And it also helped hide Curly's weakened voice, since he spent most of the time lip syncing instead of actually singing.
They actually even used Curly's bad singing voice as part of the gag.
Right!
Oh!
Proud of you!
Thank you!
I do wish we had some more Curly singing with the Stooges, though. In later years with Curly Joe, they made a bunch of records.
Oh, the records I still enjoy. In fact, if you listen carefully, you can hear the wind take the songs down the hall of Stooge headquarters. You hear it?
I do.
You do?
Certainly.
Oh boy, I wish I could see what the record albums look like.
Oh, that's easy. Just close your eyes.
Close my eyes?
You see him?
I don't see him.
How about now?
Oh, now I do.
While that's Peggy O'Neill. If she walks like a sly little rogue, if she talks with a cute little brogue, sweet personality, full of rascality, that's Peggy O'Neill.
Oh, this is so great, and I love anything Stooges, and these albums are so fun. But boy, do I wish we had some records with Curly.
Luckily, we have a bit of him singing in the shorts. If you close your eyes, Andy, you can see him.
Really?
Yes, Andy, close your eyes. Do you see him?
No, I don't see him.
What about now? Oh! That didn't work.
Let's just cut the clip.
tipping foot.
K-A-K-K-E-T-K-I-K-K-Kai, K-O-Ko, K-K-Kai-Ko, K-U-Ku, K-K-Kai-Ko-Ku. L-A-Lay, L-D-Lee, L-I-Licky-Lie, L-O-Lo, Licky-Lie-Lo, L-U-Lu. Curly's a dope.
We didn't come to borrow any money. We didn't come to borrow any dough. We didn't come to borrow any trouble. We just stopped in to say hello. Oh, hello to you, Mr. Benny. Please don't think that we are hammy. We just stopped in from Alabama. We just stopped in to say hello. Oh boy, you said it. We just stopped in to say hello. And don't forget it. We just stopped in to say hello. And I'm hello. Hello. Come to the Breneria de Janeiro. For you, there ain't a dance that will compare. The moves are all simple, really fine there. But you do this, then you do that, and then combine them. She was bred in old Kentucky, but she's only a crumb up here. She's not neat and double-jointed with a cauliflower ear. Someday we shall be married, and if vegetables get too dear, I'll cut myself a nice big slice of her cauliflower ear, 'cause that ain't ration. We baked you a birthday cake. If you get a tummy ache and you moan and groan and woe, don't forget we told you so. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam and the deer in the antelope are play. Mexico, here we come. 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 Yankee noodle soup is good. You'll find it is no phony. If you don't like a noodle soup, we'll serve you macaroni. Home, home on the range, where the roasts and the pies we do bake. Our apple pie's fine. I'll take custard for mine. Oh, custard! Certainly! And now everything is all Jake. Oh, it's all Jake.
Boy, that's fun stuff. But we still got a lot to do. We got a lot more to talk about. We got our interview. We got locations to go on. We got fan mail. And then we got to introduce the short.
Not to mention the commercials.
All right, the commercials.
I'll help you shuffle into the commercials with a little song. The voice of spring is in the air.
I bet you were never this happy to cut to a commercial.
And now, folks, we interrupt this commercial break with a very special announcement. Micro-Phonies was chosen by the Alex Film Society to be one of 5 featured shorts at the Three Stooges 25th Annual Big Screen event at the Alex Theater in Glendale, California. Woo, woo, woo!
Curly G, what are you doing?
Quiet, I'm broadcasting.
What the? I heard you mention the Alex Theater.
I sure did.
And did you mention that Micro-Phonies opened a festival, that it was chosen to represent one of the best of all Stooges shorts? And did you tell them what the festival was all about?
No, I didn't.
Why, Curly G? Why?
Because I ate the script!
Curly G, the Three Stooges big screen event is a big deal for Stooge fans. I mean, some travel from all over the world to watch the Stooges in a packed theater full of fans, projected 35mm film prints right out of the Sony Columbia Library. I mean, this has been going on for 25 years and shows no signs of slowing down. It's a true testament to how popular the boys still are.
That sounds amazing. I want to go.
You go every year.
No, I want to go now. I want to go now and show the fans the Alex. I'm going now. Let's go.
I better go. He's my ride.
Well, hello, folks. Look at the beautiful Alex Theater. Hey, Andy, what did they do to it? It looks like they're demolishing it.
You idiot.
Oh! No!
This isn't the Alex Theater, it's next door.
What?
Get out of here.
No! Hey, my ear!
Now we're in front of the Alex Theater. Opened in 1925 as the Alexander Theater, it featured vaudeville acts, plays, and silent movies. And for 25 years, this was the home of the Three Stooges big screen event, a very important event in the life of Curly G. Right, Curly G?
Money for a poor old Stooge? Please.
I'll be right back.
Money for a poor old Stooge?
Curly G, what are you doing?
I'm trying to raise money so I can go see the show.
You don't need to raise money. You're family. They'll let you in the show.
That's right. I am family. Andy, it looks closed. How are we going to get in?
You gotta use your head.
Oh. Why don't I just open it? Oh boy, the stage. Stage. The spring is in my hair.
Curly G, enough singing. We got an interview to do. Now look at this theater. It's got this gorgeous and unique neoclassic Greek and Egyptian architectural elements, along with the lobby that is got a long courtyard between between the lobby and the ticket booth, which was inspired by Grauman's Chinese Theater. Now, why didn't you just sit there?
Because that seat was too close to the edge. I like being more in the middle.
So, Curly G, you and me met because of this event, so we spent our first night here at this theater. And every year now, one of my favorite things is to come here dressed as the Three Stooges with you and Chris and run around and meet everybody. But I'm not the only one you met because of this event and in this theater.
No, when I started coming to this event, I actually met my extended family, Shemp's family, for the first time. We're talking Shemp's granddaughters, great-granddaughter. I met Larry's great-grandson, Kurt, here. I also met Sax and Sitka, Emo Sitka's son. This is really what brought the families together. I mean, that would not have happened if it wasn't for the Alex Theater.
Hey, what are you two doing in here?
Yeah! That was a close call.
Yeah, but I'm glad we're back because we still have so much to talk about, starting with the Stooges co-stars. Now, in addition to Christine McIntyre, Micro-Phonies features co-star Simona Boniface, who you'll find in many of the Stooges' most memorable shorts. Although sometimes it's just an uncredited party guest, as in A Plumbing We Will Go and An Ache in Every Steak. She could also be found in No Sense Is No Feeling, Crash Goes the Hash, Local Boy Makes Good, Spook Louder, Gee, I Want a Home, Half-Wit's Holiday, Vagabond Loafers, and more.
We just don't have time to get to all of them.
Quiet, I'm hosting.
Oh! But don't forget, you also got to talk about Gino Corrado, who played the Italian singer.
Oh, I was just getting to that.
No, let me do it. Corrado's performance was so great and classic, it really solidified him as a Stooge fan favorite.
Along with his appearance in Saved by the Bell and An Ache in Every Steak.
Don't forget Pardon My Scotch, where he also plays an Italian singer, where the Stooges tried to get him to stop singing by flicking cherries in his mouth.
That's actually not him, but it's a common mistake that some Stooge fans make. That's actually Billy Gilbert, who you might remember from Men in Black.
Rats used to come out of that.
And he's also the voice of Sneezy in Disney's Snow White. But in Pardon My Scotch, made 10 years earlier than Micro-Phonies, he played basically the same type of character in the same situation as Corrado did much later, which was a common practice for the Three Stooges shorts. The difference was how the gags ended, with Billy Gilbert famously getting the banana in his mouth.
Yeah, a gag that inspired us to pay homage in a web series we do, Big Baby, where we both get a banana in the mouth.
Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't steal it. We paid homage. Good call, Curly G.
Thanks.
Good call. But now I'm going to take another little trip. Not far from here, Stooge fans help honor both Simona Boniface and Gino Corrado by placing markers in their final resting spots. They were both buried in unmarked graves in the same cemetery, and I think we should go pay our respects.
Oh boy, can I pay my respects too?
I think that's a bad idea.
Why?
Well, because you're not respectable.
Fair enough.
Here, play with these Stooge dolls till I get back.
Oh boy, Stooge dolls! Hiya, Shempy! Hiya, guys! Hiya, Larry! Hiya, Mo! Hi, Grandpa Curly! Oh, leave him alone! Why I oughta...
Simona Boniface was born in New York City, became interested in theater, and began writing and acting for the stage. In 1925, she broke into the pictures at Hart Road Studios, where she appeared alongside Laurel and Hardy, Our Gang, and Charlie Chase, who would later go on to write and produce for the Three Stooges.
In 1935, she joined Columbia's two-reel comedy division, where she began appearing with the Three Stooges, where their slapstick style was a perfect foil for her upscale dignity. She's really well known for her appearance in Half-Wit's Holiday, in which Moe throws a pie up on a ceiling and comes crashing on her face. That footage would later be reused in Pest Man's Win, Scheming Schemers, Pies and Guys, and the feature compilation Stop, Look, and Laugh.
You act as though the sword of Damocles is hanging over your head.
Her final appearance would be in 1949's TV show pilot Jerks of All Trades, starring Moe, Larry, and Shemp. So we salute you, Simona, on behalf of all Stooge fans. Thank you for everything. Gino Corrado was born in Italy, has appeared in over 400 films. In fact, he boasts one of the most impressive filmographies of all time. He got his debut in D.W. Griffith's Intolerance, appeared in the silent version of The Ten Commandments and F.W. Murnau's Sunrise. He's the only actor to appear in Citizen Kane, Casablanca, and Gone with the Wind. But he is best known for his role as the Italian singer in Micro-Phonies with the Three Stooges. And for that, Gino, we salute you. Now, while we're here at Valhalla Memorial Park in North Hollywood, I have to pay tribute to Oliver Hardy, one of the greatest comedians who've ever lived, and a man who has had a profound impact on my life. He appeared in the same film as the Three Stooges' Hollywood Party, although they were never on screen together, and unfortunately, because that would have been a dream come true. And while we're here, we do have to take a minute to pay our respects to a man who helped keep the Stooges going. Without him, who knows how much Three Stooges content we would have lost. Curly Joe Dorita, the last of the Stooges. Here's to you, buddy boy.
Oh, Curly G, you're my favorite nephew. And that Andy P, he's the worst host. He's right, Andy P's the worst. Hey, leave him alone. Andy can't help it. He's a spineless moron.
What are you doing, Curly G?
Oh, nothing.
We're playing with dolls, huh? Wait, these are good. These look really good.
Yeah, they have them all dressed up. From Prideless Groom, from No Senses, No Feeling, from Fueling Around. Andy, they have them from all kinds of the shorts.
Oh, they don't have them from Micro-Phonies with Curly as Senorita Cucaracha?
Not yet, but that's a great idea.
Sure is, because I use my head, like you should.
What? Ow!
Now, come on, we gotta get going. We gotta interview with Frank Gladstone from the Alex Film Society, and he's here to talk about the Three Stooges big screen event.
Oh boy, Frank! I love Frank Gladstone. I can't wait to go. In fact, I'm going now. I want to get a good seat.
Oh, we'll get a good seat. Hey, wait a minute. You're not gonna take my seat. Oh, you're not taking my seat.
No. What are you doing? I want the middle seat. It's my turn. I had it last time. Ugh.
This is
fine.
Gonna be a great interview, I'm telling you right now.
Oh, all right.
I got the middle this time.
Hi, guys.
Frank, it's Andy P.
Hello, Andy.
This is Curly G.
Hey, Curly G, we know each other.
So, Frank, welcome to Three Stooges in the Fast Lane. We're here to talk about Three Stooges and deep dive into Micro-Phonies.
Yep.
Based on your suggestion. So let's tell our audience a little bit about yourself first.
I'm actually in the animation industry, and I teach at Cal State, and I'm the producer of the Annie Awards, which is kind of like the animation Oscars.
Big time.
I guess so.
So, and obviously the Three Stooges have been put in animation a number of times.
They have. The first reference I know about is in a Warner Brothers film, and in it, Bob Clampett, who was the director, suddenly has the Stooges come out in caricature, and they got one body and three heads. And they're going, boo, 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 you know, and they're poking each other and doing all that kind of stuff. When I asked the class, do they know who they refer to? Because a lot of those references back then, people don't know about now. They know. They know it's the Stooges.
Great. So, 25 years. This is your 25th year of doing the Three Stooges big screen event. It's obviously been a success.
Yeah, it is. And I hope the Alex Film Society doesn't mind saying this. It's the one show every year that we actually know we're going to go in the black.
Nice. That's amazing. I mean, these shorts were made in the 30s and 40s.
I know.
So let's talk about Micro-Phonies. You guys picked Micro-Phonies.
It's the one that I'm leaving the house and I'm going to the Stooge meeting. My wife goes, Micro-Phonies. So there you go.
Okay.
And that was the one everybody, the first one, we all said, Micro-Phonies. Done. It's my favorite short too. But my wife gave me my marching orders.
And now Gritto's own story of Sandra Sandpile, and here's Mud in Your Eye.
Mo is really good when he's the announcer.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Gritto.
He likes that. Fell backwards.
Yeah.
Gritto, spelled sideways, is Atraga.
How do you even write that?
Dopes.
As far as Micro-Phonies goes, it plays to everybody, and that's what I love about it.
So the audience that comes to the
Three Stooges big screen event. It's all ages.
Yep.
It's not, necessarily people who were kids in the 50s watching this on TV.
It's interesting. Usually the afternoon audience may be a little larger, but it's partly because there's more kids there. The nighttime audience maybe not, but the nighttime audience has the diehard fans, some of whom come in the afternoon and in the evening. You're seeing the same show, guys. First of all, Sony gives us prints like nobody else gets. They're not going to ship those prints to another city or anything like that. They give us the prints that they have in the vault. I think we're the only people that can use them on a regular basis. And then you're seeing them projected 35 millimeter as they were projected when they first came out. You'll never see them as accurately as that.
So what do you attribute to the longevity of the Three Stooges?
Well, first of all, it's slapstick, and slapstick cuts across everything. Everybody thinks somebody's slipping on a banana peel. That's funny, no matter what. The characters are easy to identify with. They were easy to identify with in the day too, because again, they were the outliers. They were the poor guys, the garage mechanics, the guys looking for work, trying to do census taking, whatever they were doing.
So you could identify with them.
You could identify with them. Most people could identify with them.
And I always felt like as a kid, it's like they had a superiority over the Three Stooges. Like the kids are smarter than the Stooges, and there's something endearing about that to them.
Yeah, look, the grown men acting like us.
One of the classic moments in this is when they're taking the cherries and they're flicking them into
Gino's mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got a bowl of grapes here, right? And we couldn't find cherries because
the cherries got stones in them anyway.
Yeah. And they were out of season.
Yeah.
Right? And in the original script, actually, which we have a copy of, hands off. Yeah, in the original script, which we have a copy of, they were grapes.
Oh. Okay.
So we're going to have Curly G here sing some opera, and you and me are going to try to see if we could actually...
See if we can do it?
Yeah.
And if we hit one, can we go...
Oh, boy! Yeah. So let's give him a salvo. All right, so let's try. I'm going to move my chair here out of the way.
And I can use my best opera voice.
That's your best opera voice?
Bes mi amor, bes mi amor,
oh,
bes mi amor.
I'm not even getting them.
Bes mi amor.
You're much better at this than I am.
Bes mi amor.
All right, I'm gonna give one last try.
Ow!
Slightly. That was fun, fellas. Well, Frank, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll see you at the Alex Theater.
You're the best. You're the best.
And we're going to run around and get kicked out.
Now let's introduce the short Micro-Phonies.
Whoa. Curly G, we're not introducing the short yet. We still have some fun stuff for the fans.
Why can't we get to the short?
Because I have something really exciting. Right here is a copy of the original shooting script of Micro-Phonies. And here on page 1...
Give me that, the original script! Let me
see. What are you doing? You just ate the script.
Anything Three Stooges I just eat up, especially when it's rare Three Stooges.
Well, now it's even more rare. But luckily, I still have the first page. Now, this is really interesting because the first page of the script is different than the opening of the actual short. And I thought the fans would like to hear how Edward Burns originally intended the beginning of the film to go. Fade in. Montage of scenes having to do with radio broadcasting, antenna towers, studios, microphones, control rooms, technicians at work. Over this montage, timed so that the words bear the proper relation to the scene, we hear the commentator, very dramatic, speaking in exaggerated March of Time style. To the far corners of the earth, the magic of radio brings music, laughter, drama to the world that sorely needs it. And who are these men behind this modern miracle? Engineers, scientists, artists, the humbler workers, well-trained and efficient. His voice changes from dramatic to colloquial. Wait a minute. Did I say efficient? What goes on here? Interior broadcasting station, medium shot. As the commentator's last few words are heard, we see the Stooges working on a piece of pipe that extends from the wall. A steam radiator, evidently just detached from the pipe, stands near them. The room which the boys are working is a small audience gallery, complete with a few rows of chairs for spectators, separated from the broadcasting studio proper by a glass partition. The boys are expanding a great deal of energy, but are getting exactly nowhere. Larry is tugging one way with a big pipe wrench, while Curly is pulling directly against him. Mo.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, lame
You
brains.
lame brains.
Can't do anything right, can you? Go on, get around there.
That's fun, but they cut out the whole beginning of narration from the actual short. Probably to save on editing time and money for stock footage.
That's true. What else is interesting about this script is that Ed Burns had very little Stooge on Stooge slapstick in it. In fact, there's only 3 slaps and 1 head conk, as he actually wasn't that big of a fan of all the violence. But there are some great jokes and visual gags in this short, like Mo and Larry with the gloves, that help make this short a classic, and even change the Stooge humor from this point on.
The funny thing is, I've seen the short a dozen times, and I never even noticed the lack of slapstick.
Yeah, me neither, but I know there's a bunch of fans out there who are really clamoring to see a bunch of Stooge hits, pokes, and punches and smacks, so I thought we should give them some before the movie begins.
How are we gonna do that?
Oh, I'll show you. Let's start with an eye poke.
Ow!
And a face slap.
Ow!
And we need an ear poke.
No!
And a nose poke. No.
Ow! Ow! Hey, wait a second! What about that? Hit it! Ow! Ow!
Now, there's a principle in writing called Chekhov's gun, which asserts that if there's a gun in the scene, it must go off, which leads one to believe that a giant wrench at the beginning of a Three Stooges short would go slightly differently than it actually does.
Like how?
Well, like one would expect at least for Mo to clobber Curly with it, but since he didn't, I thought we'd make up for that.
Oh, that thing's huge!
Oh, yeah, it is.
And it's real!
Oh, yeah, it is.
Hey, wait! Can't we use this little one? It's cute! Oh! That was real, too.
All right, well, let's give this one a go, huh?
No!
Okay, so from 1945, written and directed by Edward Burns, and starring the Three Stooges, Christine McIntyre, Gino Carano, and Simona Boniface. Here's Micro-Phonies. Enjoy. All right, Curly G. Let's check off gun this thing.
Wait a minute. You lame brains can't do anything right, can you? Get up over here. Come on. Get over there. You come over here. Now, get to work. Just a second. Let me have that wrench. Let me have it, you imbeciles. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, boys. I must be dead. I hear an angel singing. My! Ain't she pretty? Boy, you can say that again. My! Ain't she pretty? Shut up. You said I could! Shut up, we're on the air. Hiya, boss. I was just starting to put the... I know. There's a radiator. And look, there's a piece of pipe. But the radiator ain't no good unless it's connected with the pipe. Not one itty-bitty good. You jugheads! Get busy and finish this job!
We ain't got enough stuff.
Well, go get it!
Here's your recording, Miss Andrews, and very nice, too.
Thank you.
I'll see that Mrs. Bixby hears this record, and I hope she'll hire you for her program. But I still can't understand why you won't audition for her in person.
Mr. Allen, my name isn't really Andrews. It's Van Doren, and I know Mrs. Bixby very well. And so, you see, I couldn't possibly audition for her in person, could I?
I don't get it.
Well, you see, my father doesn't approve of my being a radio singer, so I have to do it under an assumed name.
Well, I follow you so far.
Well, if Mrs. Bixby hires me, my father can't object because she's an old family friend. That's simple enough, isn't it?
Oh, sure. Simple like radar.
Uh-huh.
I'll do my best to get the job for you, Miss Andrews.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Allen.
Oh!
I'm sorry, Mo. It was an accident.
I know, fellas. Accidents will happen.
Sure.
Now, you take this wrench.
I don't want it. Oh! Mercy, I did.
I'll make powder out of that.
Leave it alone. Now, let's see.
Driver, what's going on here? Pick up that stuff and get to work. So help me, this shall last. Oh! Come back here. No, don't mention you, my please. Don't mention I hear you. You dropped the good. I'll show you. You dropped it. I'll show you. What's wrong, you Logan? If you hit me with that, I'll... Boy, right on the head. No! I'm gonna cut you all into pieces! You're breaking my glass! You're breaking my body! I'm gonna get you out of... You lame brain! Get me out of here! We eluded him.
Yeah, we got away, too.
Quiet. Oh, a micro-phony.
And a phony at the mic.
Get over there. Ho! Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting. Use Gritto, radio friends. The soap that gives your hands that dishpan look. How will the old man know you've been working if your hands don't have that dishpan look? Put a box of Gritto in a glass of water, then listen to it fizz. Dopes. Remember, Gritto spelled sideways is atrag. And now Gritto's own story of Sandra Sandpile in Here's Mud in Your Eye. Music. Hark, who is that stepping off the boulevard down by the chicken house? 'Tis she. I shall seize her and tie her to the tracks and she...
I hear the voice of spring anew. The birds return, the skies are blue.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Bixby.
Good afternoon. I wish to audition a singer. Will you tell Mr. Allen that I'm here?
He left word for you to go to Studio B, and he will join you there.
Very well. marvelous. I enjoyed your singing so much. I'm Mrs. Bixby. Mr. Allen told me he had a wonderful new personality for my crispy, crunchy program. He was so right. It's agreed then. You'll work for me. I have the contracts right here.
Now, just a minute, lady.
I won't haggle. I'll double the amount of money.
Well, I don't know. Money? Did you say money?
I remember this stuff.
What do we do? Where do we sign? Give me those contracts. Senorita Cucaracha, you sign right here.
Oh, I just remembered. I'm having a few guests in tonight for a musical party. You must come and sing for them.
Oh, well, now, that's a problem.
I'll pay you $500 if you come.
$500?
Who do we have to murder?
We'll be there with bells on.
Splendid.
How am I going to sing at the party?
The same way as you did here. Oh, what a marvelous voice.
Thank you.
Not you. Come on, we gotta go shopping. You gotta look nice at the party. Come on.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Jeeves. Just a minute, we came with a lady.
Pardon.
Quite a shack, this Bixby joint.
Yeah, reminds me of the reform school.
Jeeves, what time do they serve cocktails?
So happy to have you here. My dear, would you care to go to the powder room?
Oh, no, she always looks like that.
Oh, then come meet my guests. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting the great artist, Senorita Cucaracha, Senor Mucho, and Senor Gusto.
What is it, Alice?
Father, I'm sure I know those men.
Ah, Senorita, I am thrilled.
I'm going to tickle myself.
Hey, look who's here. We better get out of here. If he spots us, we're cooked. Come on.
Oh, Mrs. Bixby, I'm so sorry I'm late. I meet some crazy people. They bust my fiddle. They bust my glasses. Mrs. Bixby, you will excuse me. I cannot play my fiddle. I can sing instead, oh?
Oh, of course. We should be glad to have you sing, Senor.
Look at my glasses, all broke.
It's a good thing he ain't got his glasses. Maybe he won't know us.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm sorry about your glasses, Senor. Would you care to sing now?
Delighted.
Muscling in on our territory. We gotta do something to stop him. I got it, fellas. Here. That was a shot, boy.
You suck up here. All right, I want some more, please.
Okay, kid.
Want some more, please.
I don't need quit. Let's give him a salvo.
Thank you. Cherries, huh? See how you like them, West guy. See how you like them.
Swell. Now we got a clear field. All we gotta do is knock him dead with your song and we're in.
Just be careful of that record.
Nothing's gonna happen to it.
Well, it might get broke.
Not with me handling it.
Just be careful.
Shut up! With me handling the record, nothing. Look what you did. Now we're cooked.
No, we ain't. Look, there's a lot of records.
You're getting a half a brain in your skull now, huh? Sextet from Lucy. Can you sing it?
I can't even say it.
Oh, go on. Get set.
Say, do you know Sextet from Lucy?
Know it. I wrote it.
Oh, short eyeballs, eh?
Io sperai che a me la vita
The sextet from Lucia.
chi mi frena un momento ma chi come rosa inardita e la stara morte
My goodness, what happened?
The senorita's lost her voice.
What is it, laryngitis?
No, fallen arches.
Say, I wonder who double-crossed us with that record.
I don't know who did, but I want to get out of here.
Quiet. You lost your voice.
Where?
Shut up. Hey, I got a great idea. We better get out of here.
Wait. Why did you take my record from the broadcasting station? I wanted that job, and you spoiled my chances of getting it. Now, the least thing you can do is to go through with it. I want to prove something to my father.
How can we? My voice, I mean, your voice is broken.
No, it isn't. It's as good as new. Listen.
Oh, my dear, you were wonderful. You'll sing for us now, won't you?
Of course you will, won't you?
Do that number you did at the broadcasting station this afternoon. Play Voices of Spring.
This way, senorita.
All set?
I hear the voice of spring anew. The birds return, the skies are blue.
Isn't it wonderful? It certainly is. Now, if Alice could sing like that.
Love is like a flower.
Look, peoples, just a big fake. Ladies and gentlemen,
a big fake in jail.
Oh, please, wait! It wasn't all their fault. I helped them.
Why, Alice?
Oh, I wanted to prove I was good enough to get a job, Father.
And you are, dear. You're still going to sing on my program.
Did I say she had a fine voice?
As for these imposters...
Dirty fakers! Look out! Look out!
What a a great short, and what a great ending.
It sure was, and it seems like Edward Burns always tried to wrap up his Stooge shorts with little to no loose ends, which is not necessarily common for the Stooges.
Well, what are we going to do now, Andy?
Well, what do you mean? Don't you know what time it is?
Oh, yeah! It's time to fan the mail!
Not quite. It's time for fan mail.
What's the difference?
Mail call! Mail's here! Mail for everybody! Not you, fella.
All right, let's answer our first question here. From Karen Philpott. If you could travel back in time and appear in a Stooge short, which would you choose and what part would you play, assuming the Stooges would be playing their own roles?
Disorder in the Court. And you know why I picked that one? Because it is such a classic.
You're in a court, not in Clancy's pool room. Sit down.
And of course the Stooges are amazing, but if I was going to pick a role that I could play, which certainly couldn't be the Stooges, the bailiff in the famous scene of them in the courtroom is one of my favorites.
Take off your hat. Now raise your right hand. Now place your left hand here. Take off your hat.
And in fact, we've actually played around with that when we were doing the live show, and you were Curly and I was the bailiff.
Raise your right hand. Put your left hand here.
It was so rewarding, just the back and forth and hearing the crowd, how excited they got, and his reactions and how angry he was getting and so frustrated when Curly gives him the cane and he puts the hat on it. I just thought that
Will you get rid of that hat?
it was a timeless role for a supporting actor, and I really enjoyed playing that part, so that would have been one of my favorite roles to play.
The part I'd love to have played is Richard Fisk's part in Boobs and Arms,
What do you guys think you're doing? Playing hippity hop at the barber shop?
where he plays the husband and then the drill sergeant.
And you throw everything you have into it.
One, because he's throughout the whole short, and he's got a lot of fun stuff. He gets angry. I love when he's like, everything happens to me.
Everything happens to me.
And was he in any other Stooge short?
Yeah, he did a couple. He was in Sweet Pie and Pie, and Oily to Bed, Oily to Rise, Three Sappy People, You Nazi Spy. Unfortunately, he died very young fighting in the war in action. All right, your turn.
Hey, this one's for me to open. It's mine, Andy. Oh, it is important. First class. From Kurt. How old were you when you fully realized the legacy of the Stooges? And when did it hit you that your grandfather and family were legends? As far as realizing it, I actually realized it when I was actually told for the first time, which wasn't until I believe I was 6 and my brother was 10, which is a story in itself that we didn't find out till later. And then finding out that your heroes are now your family, that's when I fully realized it, because the next day my life had changed, but only in the retrospective when I watched the Stooges, because I didn't tell anybody because no one would believe me, right? That was our family now. So it changed a little bit in that respect, but as far as the carrying on the legacy and really embracing the fans and embracing the fact that, wow, my chances of being Curly's grandson is like 1 in a zillion, right? Is when I started going to the Three Stooge events and, you know, having fans coming from all over the world and just thanking me for being there and them almost like I was a star or something, which I'm certainly not, but they were like shaking and I'm just like, come over here and let me give you a hug. Thank you for what you do. And that really is what started this whole legacy that we're keeping on and what we do here. And the stuff that we do online is just, it's been a complete honor and a privilege to carry on this legacy and be a part of the family of the Three Stooges.
And you know what? Since that one doesn't really apply to me, and it's from Kurt, we should send this to our very own Kurt Lamond, who's the great-grandson of Larry Fine, who's over at Shop Knuckleheads right now. Let's send this over to him.
That's a great idea.
And let him answer.
No, you don't have to throw it.
Sorry, Kurt.
I got the question. Thank you. So, great question. I would say I was about 15 years old in 1989 when the Big Three Stooges convention came here to Burbank, California, and I got a first-hand look at what this legacy is all about. You know, before then I was a kid and I understood it somewhat, but when I saw all these fans and all these people and Michael Jackson at the convention throwing pies, it hit me hard. Literally, a pie hit me hard too. So I really realized then at 15 that this is a massive thing, and I've done my best to carry the legacy forward because I'm just as much a fan as anybody else, but I do understand that we have a small responsibility in making sure it stays alive and keeping the laughter alive, and we do our best in this show and all the other things we do. So thank you, great question. Check us out at Shop Knuckleheads and keep the laughter alive.
All right, next question. To Curly G. From Tom Woodsman in Newburgh, New York. If given the opportunity, would you have actually wanted to be a Stooge?
Like when they were the Stooges? Absolutely not, because they're brilliant and they're comedic geniuses. And let's say that I had the privilege to be a Stooge with a family member. I certainly would choose Great Uncle Mo.
You look at Mo, who kept going even when Larry couldn't do it anymore, and he was going to have Emil Sitka play the middle Stooge, right? And then he even gave Curly Joe permission to carry on a form of the Stooges after he couldn't perform. So Mo would have kept going, and if he did, would you wanted to have been part of it?
I just think that bond between nephew and uncle is something very special, and because I love the physicalness of the comedy that we do in the slapstick, I think him and I would hit it off really well, and I would be like, Great Uncle Mo, you can hit me as hard as you want. I think he would be like thrilled, like, oh, that's my boy, right? In some of the web series stuff we do and some of the stuff that we do online, I play Curly G, and Chris Dermick, who's our Mo, plays Great Uncle Mo, and the bonding that we do and the way it just feels so natural, I think that's the connection that I would have would be to play Curly G with Great Uncle Mo.
So basically, since it really ended with Mo, if Mo had kept going and he was an old man now and still wanted to do it with you, that's kind of what you're envisioning, how it would be?
Exactly.
You know, Curly G, you remind me of your grandfather.
I do?
Yeah, he's a moron too.
Oh! Hey, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me!
Shut up. Like a chip off the old blockhead. Shut up.
Hey, Uncle Mo, what time is it?
It's 3 o'clock.
I must be going crazy. All day long I keep getting different answers.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
What time do you want it to be?
5.
Here's 5.
Oh! I should have said 2.
Yeah, here's 2.
No!
Curly G, we're a social media sensation.
Yes!
People love us.
Yes, yes!
Only when I hit you.
No!
Yes. Oh! See?
All right, and that wraps up today's segment of the mail.
Hey, wait a second, can't we just do one more?
We can't, Curly G, we're out of time.
No, one more, please, Andy. The fans want to read one more.
All right, one more.
This one is from Professor Dunkfeather. Who threw those pies?
Cut the commercial.
Okay, folks, that's our show, and I'd like to thank our handsome cameraman, and our handsome sound guy, and our absolutely gorgeous Senorita Cucaracha the Third.
And I'd like to thank the bosses down at Stooge HQ and C3 Entertainment for letting me buy this really expensive wrench for this episode.
They let you buy that big giant heavy wrench just to beat me with?
They sure did.
Wow, they must like me.
They do. In fact, they said I could give it to you.
They did?
Oh yeah, and boy, am I gonna give it to you.
Wait a second, I don't like that look. Hey folks, I think I gotta go. We'll see you next time on Three Stooges in the Fast Lane. If I'm still here, I gotta go. Bye.
Come back, Curly G.
Good night from the Three Stooges. Sleep tight, kids.
Hi, folks. I'm Curly G, the youngest grandson of Curly Howard of the Three Stooges.
Cut. So it's a decent Curly G, but it's not quite there. In order to be Curly G, you gotta be dumber, lost, not a thought in the world. Imagine what it would be like to have a nail shoved into your brain. That's Curly G.
Nail in the brain.
Yes.
Okay.
Hiya, folks.
I'm Curly G, and I'm a moron. So that's closer.
Hey, what goes here? Why is he dressed like me? Why is he talking like me? And why is he acting like me?
All right, relax, Curly G. It's just a screen test in case we need to reboot the Curly G character with someone younger and human-looking.
But he's not Curly's grandson. I am. I demand this stop. This is a rap.
A what?
This is a rap. I want a rap.
I'll give you a rap right in the mouth.
Oh! Well, I asked for it.
It's the Three Stooges in the Fast Lane with your host, Andy P., who's basically all we can afford, and Curly G., the youngest grandson of Curly Howard, with Larry Fine's great-grandson, Kurt Lamond, and actor Chris Dormick, who had nothing better to do. Also introducing Shemp Howard's great-granddaughter, Chandler Isaac, plus an interview with the Three Stooges screenwriter, Mike Cerrone, and special appearances by Justin Tate and Jordan James Smith. This week's episode, Movie Maniacs, only on the Three Stooges Plus.
Three Stooges in the Fast Lane, Movie Maniacs, take one. Action!
Hi, I'm Andy P. Where's Curly G? It's his line.
And I'm Curly G, the dumbest grandson of Curly Howard of the Three Stooges, and I ride his coattails.
Cut!
What goes on here?
Curly G's missing.
Curly G? What's a Curly G?
Curly G's my co-host. He's the show's main draw.
Main draw? What's he draw? Flies?
He just so happens to be the youngest grandson of Curly Howard of the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges, eh? Never cared for him. I'm more of a Marx Brothers fan myself. You know, fellas, I agree with Prince Valiant over there. The Three Stooges don't hold a candle to the Marx Brothers.
Yeah, me too. I never heard of any of them. Hey, look, he's got a hot lunch.
Well, look, you're just gonna have to host this show by yourself.
By myself? All alone? This is it. This is my big break. I could do this. Okay, roll camera.
Hey, that's my line. Roll camera.
Camera rolling.
And action.
Welcome to Three Stooges in a Fast Lane, where we deep dive into your favorite Stooge short, interview a Stooge-related guest, go on location, answer some fan mail, and present a Three Stooges classic. And today's classic is one of my all-time personal favorite, the 13th of the Columbia Shorts, Movie Maniacs from 1936.
Cut! That's just what I needed.
It was?
Yeah, it's just what I needed to know that we need your co-host.
Oh, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to find him. I mean, if this was the movies, we could just, cut away and see where he's at, what nonsense he's gotten us into.
This isn't the movies, you graypad. We can't just cut away with a snap of a finger.
Oh no, I've been kidnapped. I can't be kidnapped. Everyone loves Curly G. I gotta get to the show. I gotta get to Andy. Who cares about Andy? I gotta get to the fans. Oh, I gotta figure this out. Think. Why do I even bother? Nothing ever happens.
That's right, nothing happens.
No, I didn't see any cutaway.
That's why we gotta find you another co-host. Don't you know any other Stooge family members?
How about Chandler Isaac? She's the great-granddaughter of Shemp Howard himself.
Wait a minute. You mean the great-great-grandniece of Mo and Curly?
That's the one. She's a big social media star. Check her out. Woo, woo, woo.
All right, relax, Valentino. Wait a minute. You know her?
Know her? I saw her last night.
Hi, Chandler.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
On second thought, maybe we should find somebody else. I know. Kurt Lamond, Larry Fine's great-grandson.
Larry Fine? Sounds cheap. Perfect.
He's probably over Shop Knuckleheads. I'll go fetch him.
Whoa. Slow down there, Airedale. I'll go fetch him. You stay here and finish the intro.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Host.
Okay.
Go on, host.
I'm going. All right. Now where were we? Oh, I'll check the script. Yep, there's a script. Believe it or not, somebody writes this garbage.
Host!
Here we go. Movie Maniacs, originally released February 20th, 1936. It features Mo, Larry, and Curly as Hollywood hopefuls that break onto a film lot and are mistaken as studio executives. This is Curly G's line. It features Stooge fan favorite Bud Jamison as studio chief Fuller Rath in his 7th appearance with the Three Stooges. 7 out of 13. That's almost half. This short also features silent film leading man Kenneth Harlan, who the Stooges insult and foil and teach to act during the love scene with actress Mildred Harris, probably best known today as being Charlie Chaplin's first wife. Cut!
Hey, moron, that's my line.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. I need a co-host.
Keep your shirt on. I'm getting one. Hey, you.
What are you doing in my shop?
What are you doing in your shop? I hear you're Larry's great-grandson.
That's true, I am.
It's true? Well, come with me.
Good thing I didn't inherit Pop-Pop's hair.
Yeah, it's a good thing you got his ears. Get over there. Now, host.
Host?
Host.
That's Curly G's job. Where is he?
He didn't show.
Well, he's probably out living it up somewhere.
Maybe there's tools, something that can help me break free. What's this? I think it's a crowbar. I can use it to break my eyes free.
And action!
Action? I don't know what to do.
Cut to a commercial.
Oh, good idea. Let's go to a commercial.
Now let's cut to a commercial.
Oh, a metal pipe. How can I use this? I know. It'll help me think.
Okay, you morons, now I want to talk deeper about this movie. You know, we talk about who it was written by, and even more important, who directed it. Now, you know who wrote it, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Then talk.
Movie Maniacs was written by one of the most celebrated and prolific of the Stooge writers, Felix Adler.
Louder.
Felix also wrote features for Harold Lloyd, Laurel and Hardy, and even Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, that was putrid. Now you.
But I'm not off book. I don't know my lines.
Oh, we'll just cut to some clips like this moron did. Go on.
Oh, good idea. Now, this short was directed by the one and only Del Lord, who directed more than 36 of the Three Stooges films, many considered to be their absolute best, and he is often credited with really helping to develop their unique comic style.
That was terrible. All right, now, fellas, you're doing pretty good, but let me show you how it's really done. I want to talk a little bit about some of the other show business-themed shorts that the Stooges did. Give them something like this. While Movie Maniacs was the only Three Stooges comedy with a movie studio as the main setting, it's not the only time we see them in the movies or the entertainment business. In Three Missing Links, the boys played janitors at Super Terrific Productions, where they're cast in a movie because of Curly's resemblance to the missing link and sent to Africa to shoot. It was the basis of the second Three Stooges comic book in May of 1949, which was partially written and illustrated by a very nice boy, Moe Howard's son-in-law Norman Mauer, who, with Moe, co-managed the Stooges after Columbia terminated their employment in 1957. In fact, he worked on many of the later feature films, working as a writer, a producer, and a director for all of them.
Hey, he's taking our hosting gig.
Cut!
Hey, what's the idea of yelling cut?
If you're going to take my job, I'm going to take yours.
Oh, all right. Take it easy there, Vin Diesel. I'll let you get right back at it. Action!
Oh, well, the boys also played actors or entertainers in No Doughboys, What's the Matador, Gents Without Sense, Three Hams on Rye, Pain in the Pullman, Micro-Phonies, and Rhythm and Weep.
And don't forget the Three Stooges Shemp comedy, Studio Stoops, where the boys are exterminators at B.O. Pictures, but are given a job of staging a fake kidnapping of an emerging star as a publicity stunt.
Cut! You know, fellas, I gotta admit it. You're terrible. Same with you.
Hey.
Well, then we gotta get Curly G back.
Yeah, next to him we'd look like Pacino and De Niro.
Next to him, you'd look like Bozo the Clown and Mr. Clean. Now, where is this Curly G?
I don't know, but I bet wherever he is, he's doing everything he can to get back here right away.
Oh, I had the worst dream. I was tied up and blindfolded and left for dead in a closet. Good damn, I'm only dreaming.
Oh, this just ain't working, fellas. We're gonna have to cancel this whole episode.
No, wait, before we do that, how about I go to Hollywood where they shot Movie Maniacs and see what I can come up with?
That's a great idea. I'm glad I had it. Go on, get moving. Go on. Go!
Now, what do we do?
Well, we gotta entertain them, don't we?
Yeah, but...
Old school. Here we go.
All right, so here we are at the Glendale train station, otherwise known as the Glendale Transportation Center at 400 Cerritos Avenue in Glendale, California. Built in 1923, this gorgeous building is a well-known landmark that has been listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. It's been in a bunch of movies and TV shows, including Buster Keaton's College, along with another Three Stooges short, Grips, Grunts, and Groans, from 1937, a year after Movie Maniacs. But the Stooges were actually never here, at least not on film. And the shots of the train coming into the station were just stock footage, which is a common practice in filmmaking, especially when trying to cut costs. Whether the Stooges were here or not, it's still part of the Three Stooges world. And this shot right here is right about where the camera would have been placed, probably just on the other side. Hey, what are you doing here? Nothing, officer. I'm just doing a little show. Ah, doing a little show, huh? Where's your permit? Oh, officer, I don't have a permit. We're just trying to show off this building. It was in the Three Stooges short.
Trying to show off the building. Oh, okay. I see it as you're trying to steal from the good people of Glendale, shooting your little movies without a permit.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to show off Glendale. I'm actually trying to show.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Curly G.
Curly G? Tell it to the judge, Curly G.
But wait a minute, but that guy gave us permission.
Which guy?
Gotta go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our show.
Hey, Porcupine, that's a very nice Larry impression.
Thank you.
I wonder if you can take a hit like your great-grandfather.
Oh,
not bad. I wonder if he can take a hit with a hammer like Larry.
Wait a minute. We need to find Curly G. He's still missing.
Wonder where he could be.
Perfect! A hatchet! Just what I need for the perfect shave!
Now, where is that other applehead? Where'd he go to?
You mean Andy P., Stooge ambassador? He's out on location somewhere.
Location, huh? Well, maybe we should cut to him.
I think the Stooge fans would love that.
No, I don't care about that. We need to cut to him because it's our lunch break. Union rules.
Okay, fair enough. Cut to Andy.
Hey, I say that. Cut to Andy.
Awesome! Okay, here we are in Hollywood at Sunset Gower Studios on Sunset Boulevard, the home of the Three Stooges, as this was once Columbia Pictures. Now, the Stooges shot several outdoor scenes here for Movie Maniacs, and it's right on this main street there that the Stooges try to sneak into Coronation Pictures, and Curly does his famous line,
"If at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed."
Further down is Stage 7, where Stooges shot countless indoor scenes for their movies throughout the years. And it's at the Stage 7 dock that the Stooges come running out of the studio, and where they get caught up with the lions, and, oh, spoiler alert.
What are you growling about?
Now, on a fun side note, we are right outside the building's original executive entrance, and it was right here that the Three Stooges shot this famous publicity photo. They're semi out of character here. I mean, just look at their hair and their dress. They're that of real men. But their demeanor gives the impression that the screen personas are about to bust loose. For more information on the Three Stooges movie locations, check out the book, The Three Stooges Hollywood Filming Locations by Jim Pauley.
There you go, shoot without a permit again, I assume. You're going away for a long time, Curly G.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of a show. What am I supposed to do about my show?
Cut to a commercial, I'd say.
A commercial? You mean like that one?
Where?
It worked. Gotta go.
Well, that's it. We can't wait anymore. Here's the script. Go on. Host.
What page are we on?
Never mind what page we're on. Just read it.
Okay.
Go on.
Here we go. Movie Maniacs boasts the first time the Stooges worked with two other stars, Tanner and Jackie the Lions. Both former MGM mascots. Between the two of them, they would go on to work with the Stooges in Wee Wee Monsieur, Three Missing Links, You Nasty Spy, and Hold That Lion, which of course is the Shemp film that boasts Curly in a cameo, and is the only time we have all four of the boys on film together in the same short.
Now, this film is not without its controversy.
Where'd you come from?
In fact, there's a scene with the Stooges demonstrate a kissing technique that was originally deleted when released to television in 1958 because it was deemed too risque for children's programming.
With me, it's a sacrifice.
Oh, Mr. Howard.
And now you'll notice that the girl calls Curly Mr. Howard, although she really shouldn't know his name. That was a line left over from the original version of the script where the Stooges played writers working on the lot.
And now to demonstrate how far we've come from there, I invited Shemp's great-granddaughter Chandler Isaac to demonstrate how easy it is to kiss on screen today.
What? That's why I'm here? You said you found my phone.
Oh, that's right, I found your phone. I didn't sneak into your house in the middle of the night and steal it while you were sleeping. Listen, I'm gonna give the phone right back. I just need you to do a little demonstration with me.
A demonstration?
Yeah, we're just gonna do a little movie kiss demonstration.
A kiss?
Yeah, you just gotta plant one right there.
Okay, close your eyes.
I think I'm in love.
He tried that one on me too.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but this show needs Curly G. Where can he be?
What is this? No! Hey fellas, Curly G's still nowhere to be found, and I gotta go do the interview without him now. Can you please look for Curly G?
Sure, good idea.
Oh, I'm a psycho.
breakup stance. Good luck. Come on.
Are we really gonna do that?
Of course not. It's time for our coffee break. Good old Three Stooges coffee.
Yeah. Ooh. That's like a smack in the mouth.
I wouldn't know.
Well, here you go.
Oh, you know, it really is.
Yeah.
I'd like to have some more.
Oh, here you go.
No! I meant more coffee, you moron.
Oh.
Three Stooges coffee.
Well, we're really hitting them with the product placement today.
I'll hit you with the product placement. Oh! Three Stooges coffee.
Ah, well, here, welcome. We are with a very special guest today. We are with screenwriter, actor, filmmaker Mike Cerrone, who you might know as the screenwriter of the 2012 Three Stooges movie directed by the Farrelly brothers. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's absolutely mediocre to be here.
Let's talk about how you became the screenwriter of the 2012 Three Stooges movie.
I grew up with the Farrelly brothers. That helped. And we, Channel 38 in Boston, and back when it was UHF, we watched the Stooges after school religiously every day. And then as we get older and then, you know, branched out and then, you know, they broke into the movie business and it was like, the Stooges has to be a movie. And it wasn't easy. You know, it's not like people said, oh yeah, we'll pick that up. It was struggling with, are they going to be contemporary Stooges? Are they going to be minority Stooges? Women Stooges? Which came up, which was like, no, you know.
Let them be the classic Three Stooges.
Can we do the Stooges as the Stooges? How about that for a revolutionary idea? But anyway, that's what it was. And finally, Fox, Tom Rothman said, yes, let's do a regular Stooges movie. I mean, a real Stooges movie with the Stooges as the Stooges. And so that's how it went. And that carried over into casting, into everything, that they were going to be the Stooges. And anybody who wasn't on board, listen, this is an homage, we want to replicate them. We don't want anybody's interpretation of anything. Unless you're Mo, Larry, or Curly, don't talk to me.
Whose idea was it to make it three shorts to equal a feature?
Well, we talked about it, and I said, listen, people are used to 22 minutes, 18 minutes. How about we break it up in threes? And plus, we're thinking that if people don't want to see one solid hour and 20 minutes of the Stooges, we break it up. And in their heads, they're saying, okay, we're starting over.
Why not a limited series? Why can't we get a Three Stooges show instead of a Three Stooges Part 2?
It's funny you ask that, because I have an arsenal of that ready. Half an hour, episodic, the Stooges. Listen, they find love? No, they don't. They find fortune? No, they don't. They get stopped by the cops. None of them has a license. None of them ever did. Like, just, I just think there's an endless thing. But it's still going to be the Stooges. And you got to have the slaps in there and the eye pokes. And I think it can be pulled off.
Well, I think people are clamoring for it. I mean, if you look at the success of the Three Stooges Plus channel, right, which is growing crazy, and the millions of views that are getting it, and the millions and millions of hours just in the past few months since it's launched, it shows that, like, there is an audience. And it's amazing to me that you guys had a hard time pitching the Stooges, people thinking that it was outdated. It's like, you're out of your mind. There's worldwide millions of fun. This is a brand that has lasted beyond anything like this.
They said, well, there's no audience for that. And we would be dumbfounded. There's no audience. There's on different continents, there's audience. Put it this way, there's people that know and appreciate them, and then there's people that don't know them, that doubt it. And the reason they doubt it is because they don't know them, and they don't know what is there. The potential that is there. I don't know. I think a series would be simple. Take Movie Maniacs. Let's get to that. How easy is it to be a case of misidentity, where it's like, hurry up, hide in here, guys. Oh, it's the three New York producers. Oh, And and they show up. I mean, that's easy to do. It's like, we'll show these guys how to make pictures.
It's the greatest line, maybe, of the Stooges, right? Mo Utter's in this one. Do you remember the line?
Oh God, yeah. No, all right. You do Curly.
Hey Mo, what are we doing in pictures? We know nothing about making pictures.
Couple of thousand people out there now know nothing about it. 3 more won't make a difference.
There's a couple of thousand people in pictures now know nothing about it. 3 more won't make any difference.
And that was only 5 years after the talking pictures evolved.
Right.
So like that early, they smelled a rat with Hollywood.
I feel like we part your hair in the middle. You could play Shemp.
While we were shooting, we had downtime. They dressed me up as Shemp, and I shot some scenes as Shemp.
No way!
Yes. And it's hidden. It's like vaulted material. And, I was Shemp. Black hair, parted,
First of all, let's just say I called it.
You did. Listen, you did. You did. And no one's ever called me on that. But they said, Mike, you got to do Shemp. And I did Shemp, and we had just... And it wasn't really scripted. I was just walking amongst the on set, like, and and it was, it was funny. And so they said, well, would we ever do, we would do another Mo, Larry, Curly, and then maybe do a Shemp, or have Shemp come in.
Yeah, replace him for a scene.
In the second episode. In the second,
Yeah. Oh my. First of all, you would be great. Give us a Shemp impersonation. Okay. How do we get this footage?
That one over there. Oh, you do you? Well, I much prefer this one over here.
How do we get this footage out of the vault and share it with the fans?
I would have to look into that and see who has it. But since I'm in it, I can pretty much demand it. But I don't know if it went by the wayside or whatever. But it was really silly, and it was just an off the cuff thing that came about. But it's funny. It's definitely worth a look.
So what is the process of writing for the Three Stooges? 1, how fun is it? 2, how much are you just like, I'm going to take these jokes from the shorts, like the donut remover, right? And then how is it discovering new jokes? What's the process?
Well, you're going to definitely draw from the episodes. There's no doubt. Okay? Especially the physical scenes. You're going to draw from those because that's what people want to see. Like the dummies flying over the wall. Like that was when I said, they got to be dummies. It's got to look phony.
Yes.
And, but it's got a charm to it. You know what I mean? Where it looks horrible. And we had the 3 guys, when the dummies landed, you freeze frame. And then they get in that position, like, they're like all twisted out of shape. And then it's like, okay, roll. And then they roll into it. And it was really fun to do. And everybody got into it, even though it was asinine.
Why do you think the Stooges are still as super popular today? And a lot of the other comedians got forgotten.
For one, you can't underestimate the slapstick. If Groucho Marx, says something pithy and really clever, and it may go by you. But if Mo, takes a pair of pliers and grabs your nose and drags you across the room, anyone gets that in any language. And so there's that. The slapstick part is really a good part of it. And then just putting them as the fish out of water, like 3 idiots that go and to make movies. Fish out of water. And all of it is, think about it. They came in the Depression. Hoi Polloi. 3 bums up against rich people. It's always the snobs versus the slobs with them. And so, you just put them in a situation where they don't belong, shouldn't belong, but they end up there, which is simple to do.
This is our punishment for associating with the Hoi Polloi.
Is it safe to say that we think that, you have these ideas for, future Stooge movies, maybe even a TV show? There's obviously an audience. Is it safe to say that the Stooges aren't done yet, that more's coming?
More is coming. I've got a script written. I've also got shorts written. So I have it ready, but I have to plan. It's like we're invading Germany. You know what I mean? I gotta map it out, and I gotta go after it. But it is in the future, and it is not forgotten, to answer your question.
Well, don't forget to hire me and Curly G and the boys to come do something with you.
You're in. You're in, pal.
Well, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us on Three Stooges in the Fast Lane. We hope you join us in the future. As they say in the business, the end.
Don't say nothing. See ya.
Now, before we start the show, we have something very special for you Stooge fans. As we said before, the original script to Movie Maniacs began with the Stooges as staff writers for Carnation Studios, and they're brought in to save a failing production. But they get fired. They forge their bosses' names on paperwork and they take control of the studio. Now, a copy of this version of the script can be found in the collection of Movie Maniacs producer and Stooge director Jules White at the Margaret Herrick Library, the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences in Beverly Hills, California.
You can also find it reprinted in the 100th issue of the Three Stooges Journal from the Three Stooges Fan Club, one of the nation's oldest and biggest fan clubs. Started so long ago, Mo and Larry both gave it their actual blessing. Can you see the resemblance?
So now we're going to read the end of this script for you so you can imagine how it could have been. I'll read for Curly. Kurt will read for Larry. And we even brought in a very talented actor, Chris Dermick, who's played Mo for years, including his stint on the Three Stooges live show and in the Fight Club spoof on the Jay Leno show.
Hi. Hey, quiet you. Time is money now. Let's get moving. And action.
Okay, the sequence goes on for a while, so we're just going to do the last few pages. Okay, so here's the setup. The Stooges have accidentally set the studio on fire, right? So after some business and some great classic Stooge bits that we never got to see on film, they get the fire under control, so there's not a lot of dialogue. We're going to just split the stage directions. Okay, you guys ready?
Certainly!
Let's do it. Here we go. Medium long shot, interior of the set. The blaze has almost died down as Wrath and Mo have played the extinguisher on it. Suddenly, Curly bursts in, shoves them aside with a very cocky manner, says,
"Step aside and let a man put out a fire that knows how."
Without a word of warning, he turns the lever that controls the nozzle, and a double stream of gasoline sprays into the smoldering set, igniting the almost extinguished fire anew, and causing a tremendous conflagration. Without realizing that he has reignited the fire, he turns to Wrath.
"You'll be crazy about our picture." As he says this, closer shot, the streams in the hose become ignited, and now instead of streams of gasoline, there are streams of flame. Close up Larry behind Curly.
"Shut it off!" Medium long shot of the group. As Curly turns to see what Larry's yelling about, he turns the blazing hose on Mo, who is busily bent over beating out a bit of fire and has not noticed what Curly has done.
The flame hits Mo right in the fanny. Woo, 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 woo. He lets out a scream and grabs Wrath, who's beside him, using him as a shield. Wrath now gets the full benefit of the blaze as it contacts his rear. Mo screams at Curly,
"Shut it off!"
Curly turns to Mo, and as he does, the stream of fire hits Larry, who's on the opposite side.
Close up Larry. As the flames hit him, he screams.
Yeah. Medium long shot. Mo, Wrath, Curly, and Larry. They rush to Curly to start to upbraid him. Curly looks down, sees the burning hose, lots of woo 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 woo, drops it, picks up an axe, and chops the nozzle off the nose, thinking that'll stop the flame. He keeps chopping sections off, but the flame continues unabated. Mo rushes to Larry.
"Hey, where did you get that bucket of sand? Come on, we gotta get some more."
Together, they rush from the scene.
Medium shot, side of stage. It is filled with smoke. Mo and Larry dash into a section where on the wall are hung sand-filled fire buckets. Grabbing the last two, Larry dashes out. Mo sees the number 13 bucket on the floor, which we previously established as the one containing gunpowder. Picking it up, he rushes from the scene.
Wrath and Curly have the blaze almost beaten as Larry rushes in and throws sand on them. Mo comes dashing in, and with one mighty heave, he throws gunpowder in the flame, causing
an explosion.
Long shot. When the smoke clears, what is left of the set is devoid of people with the exception of Wrath, who is hanging on the chandelier, his clothes smoldering and smoking. As the camera pans to the roof, we see the cutouts of the Three Stooges, where they went through it.
Medium close shot, imprints on roof. The three battered Stooges stick their heads through the holes.
Cut! Print that one.
Medium long shot, the Stooges fall through the imprints, taking Wrath and a chandelier with them as they pass them. The four of them stretch out, fade out.
The end!
Cut. That was great. Wow, that would have been great, but we really can't complain about the short that they ended up with because it is a bona fide classic. So now, without further ado, from 1936, here is Movie Maniacs. Action!
What's the idea of kicking me?
I didn't kick you, somebody kicked me.
You suppose that puddinhead kicked us?
How could he? He's sound asleep.
Certainly I'm sound asleep.
And how come you're talking?
I'm talking in my sleep.
What's the idea? What's the matter with you?
I never get any rest.
Yeah? Hurry up and get dressed. We arrive in Hollywood in an hour.
Boy, I can hardly wait. Will I be a sensation in pictures?
Come on, get breakfast ready, Gable. Get out.
You wouldn't hit me like that if I was Gable, would you?
No, like this.
Oh! Oh! Mutiny in the boxcar, eh?
Get gone.
Gee, I sure will miss this old car. I wonder who loaned us their furniture without knowing it.
The cops get us, you'll find out. Hurry up with that breakfast now. Hey, get that iron on. I want my white pants pressed. I want to look my best when I get to Hollywood.
How are we gonna get in pictures? We know nothing about movies.
There's a couple of thousand people in pictures now know nothing about it. 3 more won't make any difference. Besides, with my ideas, I'll revolutionize the business.
Hey, fellas, ain't I getting to look more and more like Barrymore?
Kiss me, my Caliban.
Hey, break it up. You, Porcupine. Come on, press my pants. I want to look the berries when I go into the movies. Hurry up. Oh, boy, it feels great to be clean.
Hey, did you see a wheat cake?
Don't tell me you lost it.
Yeah, I had it in the pan. I flipped it up, and it never came down. Oh, there it is. You can have it. I'll make another.
No, I think you better take it.
Oh, well, I'll make...
Get out! Get out! Say,
What's the matter?
they're swell. Put them over my arm.
Oh, you like them, eh?
Yeah. What'd you do to my pants?
Nothing. I gave him a good present.
Oh, yeah, so you did.
Yeah.
Good present. How much?
Oh. Whoa! Hey, it's hot.
Yes, that's right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rant. I forgot about this wire. It came last night after you left.
In accordance with our new policy, we are sending you Mr. Smith and his 2 assistants, who will take complete charge of the studio. Stop. You will be under their orders and are to give them your complete cooperation in everything they may wish to do. Stop. They will arrive tomorrow at 2 o'clock. You idiot, you nearly got me into a fine mess.
Sorry, sir.
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock? That means today. Go and prepare an office and see that they have everything they may possibly want.
Yes, sir. I'll order 3 blonde secretaries.
Yes.
Gee, that guy was tough.
Let's try this one. I don't see any watchmen around.
Hey!
Now beat it and don't try to get in here again. Boy, this picture business is tougher to get into than I figured.
Don't worry. A bad beginning is a good ending. Certainly. If at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed.
Now we gotta get into the studio by hook or crook. Say, you remember how we got in the circus last winter?
He's got it. That'll work.
You said it. Come on. Say, I'm from the newspapers. Would you mind posing for a photograph?
Why, sure.
Thanks. Now look up at the top of the building and shade your eyes with your right hand. That's fine. Now raise your right leg. Hold it. That's swell. That's beautiful. Swell. Don't move now.
What are you doing? Posing for a newspaper ad?
Why, I'm... It's those 3 guys. Watch that gate.
It's about time those New York executives arrived. Have you heard from them?
No, sir. Not yet.
Well, here we are.
Oh, will I show these guys how to make pictures?
Gentlemen! Welcome to Hollywood. I've been expecting you. Welcome. Welcome. I've received my instructions from New York. Gentlemen, the studio is yours, and I shall do everything within my power to help you make better pictures. How did you enjoy your trip across the continent?
All the comforts of home.
Oh.
Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming.
Shut up. Act important.
Dear Santa Claus.
What's the matter with you? Good.
Gentlemen, will you join us in a toast?
I don't like toast. That black stuff gets in my teeth.
Come on, I'll gouge your eyes out. Come on.
A little toast to your success.
Oh, sody pop.
Think you can get it open?
Oh, and how? I used to be a corker.
Here. Give me that.
Oh,
camera.
Marie, you may go. Come in.
Oh, my darling.
Sweetheart.
At last, they're doing it right. I've dreamed of the day that we could fly away from here together.
Hiya, fellas, this swiney set?
Why, the very idea.
What is the meaning of all this? Who are you?
Hiya, Toots. That'll explain the whole thing.
Do you mind if I continue?
It's all right with me, but let's get going.
Action! Oh, my darling.
Sweetheart.
Cut. You ain't shooting the picture right.
Why, what's the matter with it?
There's no action. It was no good from the first kiss.
Kiss? What do you know about kisses?
Tell them what we know about kisses. That's enough. Now, stick around and learn something. Come here, Toots. You watch me. That's, sort of the hit-and-run type.
No, that's not what he wants. Watch this. See? It's a sort of a stolen base idea.
That ain't it. With me, it's a sacrifice.
Oh, Mr. Howard.
Take it easy. Oh, it was a great fight, Joe.
Easy.
Wait. Say, he's passing out.
He is. Tell me your name, kid, so I can tell your mother.
My mother knows my name.
Come on. What's the matter with you, wise guy? What do you think you are? All right, now, show these puppets how to put action behind their words. Get yourself all set now. Commence.
Oh, my darling.
Sweetheart.
Oh, will you look at that, swiney?
The name is Swinehart, please.
Yeah.
I've dreamed of the day that we could fly away from here together.
Oh, I bet you tell that to all the girls. No!
Quiet, you. Just the actions, no words. Go ahead.
Oh, but alas, we cannot. I have no money.
Oh, darling, money doesn't mean everything.
Oh, boy, is that a scene, Pigheart?
Swine! Swine!
Yeah, swine, pig, it's all the same. Swinehart, big heart, pig heart, heartburn, who cares? We'll make it like that.
I quit!
You can't quit.
And why not?
Because you're fired.
You can't fire him.
Why not?
He quit. Yeah.
Oh! Say, listen, how are we going to finish this picture?
Now, don't worry about that. I'll direct the thing myself.
Well, you can count me out.
1, 2, 3, and 4 is 10. The winner. Yeah.
You're out.
I'm through.
Well, you can get a new face from me. I'm through with this nonsense.
Now, where are we going to get a new face for her?
I got it. The face from the barroom floor.
Pick out 2 fingers.
1, 2. No!
Oh, is that a scene or is that a scene?
Yeah.
Santa cried. He loves me. He loves me not. Come in.
Darling, I have come for you. Sweetheart, come with me and fly away.
Oh, not that.
You're breaking my heart. Please, darling, please.
Oh, colossal, terrific. Oh, man, that was great. When the boss sees that scene, well, he go nuts. Here's the wire, sir.
Oh, thanks. Smith plane grounded account of fog. Stop. Will not arrive until tomorrow. Regards, Burton Fisk, President. Well, those 3 executives won't arrive until... Oh, say, who are those other 3 guys?
I don't know, sir.
Call that gateman. Get all the gatemen. Come on.
I told you there's nothing to this picture racket. We'll show these Hollywood guys how to make pictures.
Certainly. What'll we do now?
Think of something. Come on, use your head.
I threw them out once, boss.
So did I.
And they tried to crash my gate, too.
Well, you'll have a chance to throw them out again.
I think our genius ain't appreciated here. Let's scram. Come on, this way, boys. Wait a minute. Shh, hey, let's hide in here. Hurry up and lock the door. Oh, they'll never find us.
Certainly we're safe in here. Just like in our mother's arms.
What are you growling about?
I didn't growl. Not me. Oh. Oh.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Let's get out of here. Oh.
What a great short. Now, there's a lot of Stooge first in Movie Maniac, like sleeping at the beginning of the film, the stove jumping when it's lit, the pancake on the ceiling, the growing pencil gag, the ruining pants while ironing, Curly singing la la la, Mo asking a question and then stopping the answer, the tell me your name so I can tell you your mother gag. And it's also the first time the Stooges are threatened by something behind them, but don't realize it. Mo starts blaming the Stooges for whatever the man, beast, or villain is doing back there. So, Movie Maniacs brought us so much, but now it is time for some fan mail.
Mail call! Mail's here! Mail for everybody! Not you, fella. Morning, fellas. Here's your mail.
Oh, thanks. Hey, you look just like our director.
Look like him. I am him. Movies don't pay what they used to, you know. Host.
All right, we got mail.
Oh, that's exciting. Here's one for you.
Oh, cool. Kurt Lamond. Let's see. What do we have? I love mail. Dear Kurt, was anybody in Larry's family in show business either before or after him? That's a good question. As a matter of fact, his wife was in show business. She was a big-time singer, dancer, flapper, if you will, in Ireland to begin, and then moved to London. And then from London, moved into the New York and the vaudeville circuit. And she was with her sisters, the Haney sisters. They sung and danced and had a great show. And that's where Larry actually met her on vaudeville, as we know. And, you know, the rest is history there. Also, Don Lamond was Larry's son-in-law. He was obviously an actor and a radio DJ and all that stuff. And he was starting off having a nice career until he married Larry's daughter, and it helped him really get into the next level of acting. So he was then able to be in the Stooge films that they did in the the 60s, and so he was the bad guy in Outlaws Is Coming, Rance Road, and my favorite character, my favorite of all his shows that he ever did was he was the bad guy, the cowboy. It was super fun to watch him kind of being mean and stuff like that. And then of course me. I've done a little bit of Screen Actors Guild work over the years. I was on the Tonight Show for about 12 years where I was, part of the crew, but I also did a lot of acting gigs there. So, I've been in show business, not so much on the camera side, tried a little stand-up comedy, that kind of thing. But it's hard, it's not for everybody, so.
All right, so let's see. Oh, this one is for me, Andy P. Dear Andy P., I love your show. Why, thank you. What is your favorite part about being Stooge Ambassador? Keep the laughter alive? Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk. Lena Briggs. Nice. Well, Lena, there's so much I love about being Stooge Ambassador, right? Just being the face of the brand is just an incredible thrill that never in my life would I have imagined. I love interacting with the fans. But I think maybe the biggest thrill I get out of it is the production. Hosting and producing and writing and directing Three Stooges in the Fast Lane. And I love doing the live talking with the fans online. I love the Stooge Talk live that we do Thursday nights, and doing all the social media shorts and the YouTube videos, and being able to play Curly. And even if we're not doing Stooges, we're in the Stooge world. And just being able to play in that world is just one of the biggest thrills of my life.
Well, and you're great at it, and I appreciate it. I love it. I'm a fan of yours. You're so talented in what you do, and you are the go-between, you know, from the fans to the Stooges and us, and you do a great job. We appreciate it.
Super honored. Thank you. So let's see what we got. Let's get a pic. Here's a weird one. Ransom note. Andy P. Stooges in Fat Lane.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Looks like a 3-year-old wrote it.
Yeah, maybe.
If you want to see Curly G alive, send $5 to... What a prank.
Get that out.
Waste of time. Okay. Oh, look, we got one to Chris Dermick.
Chris
Dermick.
Think he's still here.
Yeah, let's get him in here. Chris.
Can I sit here with you? You're kidding me.
Look, it's from Chris Dermick.
I don't even remember writing this one. What does it say? It says, what's it like to play Mo? That's a good question. To start, number one, it's intimidating. It's very intimidating because Mo is such an icon. He is so good at what he does. So you got to get it right. But it's also really gratifying when you get it right, because the fans, they know these characters. So the fact that we were able to do it and that leaves 2 for you. Kind of get it right. Mm-hmm. Like you and I always say, the one thing we don't like about doing Curly and Mo is we're not Curly and Mo, but it's just so much fun. It is so much fun. How about this? Or this?
Well, looks like we got another one to Kurt.
Let's see here. Dear Kurt, I love all the stuff you have in Shop Knuckleheads, as I'm a collector of Stooge merchandise too. I'm wondering what's your favorite bit of Stooge merchandise going all the way back to when they first started? That's a good question. There's been a lot. There's been some cool stuff over the years. I mean, we've had, obviously, things that were made when they were still around. I really love the bobbleheads and any of the dolls, like the action figures. The likenesses are cool, and you can play with them, you know. Some of the shirts have been great, but I'll tell you, my favorite thing has always been the old Three Stooges beer. Now this was something that I could literally sink my teeth into. Now, I've always loved it. I like the packaging. I like the way it looked. And it was good beer.
We all put the yeast in. Every time I see that, it just reminds me of the Stooges. And I love the bottle caps. You collected, different bottle caps. Mrs. Shemp. I miss that there's no Shemp, but I absolutely love this. And then I remember I was so excited. They came out with Curly Light. Mm-hmm. And they had a Curly Light version.
Yeah. We all put the yeast in.
So for the future, send us more questions. Go to our Facebook or Three Stooges Plus YouTube and ask us questions that you'd like to see on future episodes.
Maybe there's something I can help. What is? Oh, I think. What's this? There's something. Oh! Pie? Oh, it's always a good time for pie, but maybe I can use this pie to my advantage. Lube for the rope. Oh, Curly G, you're so smart. I'm free. I gotta get out of this joint. Success!
Three Stooges in the Fast Lane end scene, take 1. Well, here I am, alone, abandoned. The director and Kurt and the rest of the crew, they found a stash of Three Stooges beer and, that beer was almost 40 years old. But anyway, the show must go on, so I'll end it like this. Well, folks, that wraps up another episode of the Three Stooges in the Fast Lane.
Wait a minute! I'm back! I made it!
Curly G, there you are!
Yeah, just in time!
Just in time? What are you talking about? You missed everything! You missed the location visit, you missed the interview, you missed the fan mail, and you missed the short! It was kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, but I still made it here to be in the show and not have to learn my lines.
But where have you been?
I was abducted. I was kidnapped. I was thrown in a closet for dead. But then I planned my escape and I got out.
That's incredible. We gotta call the police.
Yes, the police, the Coast Guard, the president of Sony Pictures.
We gotta find out who did this.
I know who did it.
You do?
For surely.
Who?
I did.
You did? Why?
As a publicity stunt to draw interest to the show. I got it from a Three Stooges short, Studio Stoops.
Publicity stunt?
Well, it worked. Look at this post. World-renowned comedian's half-wit of a grandson goes missing. Nobody cares.
Oh, who wrote that?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, and it's my most liked post.
Oh, yeah, look, you got 8 followers.
All right, never mind that. Look, Curly G, you came back right at the right time because I was just about to end the show.
You were?
I certainly were.
Perfect, because I have a great end to the show. Since the Stooges weren't able to burn down the studio like in the original script, I took the liberty of burning this set down so we could do it.
You what?
Yes, remember what Larry said? A bad beginning is a good ending.
Curly G! Shooting without a permit again, I see, eh? And burning the place down without a permit, I see, eh? You guys are coming with me. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I guess that's it. We'll see you next time on Three Stooges in the Fast Lane. Yeah, maybe in 20 years. 20 years.
Good night from the Three Stooges.
Sleep tight, kids.